Going to that interview yet today, man.
I got the full one edited ready
Yeah.
to go up. So
That was the one of the times she was like bugging.
Shout out.
And we weren't even going full. We weren't going hard.
Nah, we didn't. We were kind of like in more like chillax. I felt like we were being lazy that episode, but it's okay. We had fun on it.
let her get her shit off.
I don't think I had a chance to smoke that episode or something.
No, you didn't. you were fucking.
I was angry.
You're on a different level, dude.
Yo, you was cheesing it.
I was
But I love the anchor, man. Cause me and him spoke about a lot of that shit like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he was just like, nah, Mike, nah. And I'm like, yo, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm ups and downs.
But I get it. I understand it 100%, man.
I'm ups and downs.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, why you like that? I'm like, because I seen a lot of shit.
Yeah, we seen it, you know what I'm saying? You never seen it, and we're seeing where it's at, and, you know. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? We're back, you know. Shout out Mindbender, what up? It's 2019.
Oh, you're
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're live, we're live. We clicked it live, man. We're back. We haven't done the clap yet, so this is like the pre-show. So let's do a clap. Let's get it started.
Clap
How
back.
many sound
All right.
effects you
Give
doing,
me a
man?
clap back.
Check. All
You know
right.
what? Maybe I could do that.
Happy
All right,
2019,
we're
man.
officially recording. So 1, 2, 3.
Pop.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, man.
My name is DMC with the mic in my hand. Then I'm chilling and cooling just like a snowman.
Shout out to Hollis Queens,
I had to
man. That's
listen to
what's
that
up.
joint on Christmas, and that line came on. I'm like, I forgot about that line. I just started howling.
That's your boy, too, man.
Yo, DMC, mad
That's your
noise.
dude,
Yo,
man.
yo, make some noise for DMC.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the
Shout out
best
to DMC.
interviews I did, not like a recent one I did. We'll get into that.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, we back. It's 2019. I guess this is officially season 2. You know, we're going to say that this is season 2. And, you know.
Just chilling and cooling.
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
snowman.
Exactly. Like a motherfucking
Like a
snowman.
motherfucking snowman.
How was the holidays, though, man? Was it good?
I mean,
Was it good for you guys?
It was alright.
yeah, it was good.
I worked.
It was good.
Stayed
Yeah,
away
we got
from
money.
people.
I did some cool shit. Spent time
Yeah,
with family.
Word.
Spent time with my girl. Shout out to Lindsay.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was cool.
Dope,
Cool.
man. That's what's up, man. Shout out Lindsay, man. Happy New Year's.
Hey.
Pretty much did the same. You know what I mean? I was gonna stay in New Year's Eve, and my brother called me. He's like, "Yo, come out, you know, I'm just down the road." So I went to chill with my
Yeah.
brother and just drank more than I expected.
Hey.
Smoked a lot, and
Make noise for Dustin
Yeah.
drinking more than we
Back,
expected.
woke up the next day and I had dog shit on my shoes. I wasn't happy.
Ooh. That happened to me in the holidays too. My new Timberlands. I got dog
Oh,
shit
no,
all in them.
man.
And you know what Timberlands? I got them deep. fucking
Yes,
creases,
you got-
so I was like
yeah.
stomping shit out of my shoes on the pavement for like 3 days. I was not happy.
You
about
gotta
that.
get the stick and just.
Yeah, I know. I grabbed a couple sticks and they were all like weak and broke while I was trying to clean shit. And then you get like half a stick with shit on it on your
Yeah,
hand and
yeah, I
shit.
feel
And
that
you're like,
way.
man, there's way too much shit happening
Where's the
right
pure
now.
all? No, I feel you, man. I hate when people
was
do
mad.
that though. Like my neighborhood, like people let their dog shit on my fucking lawn and like on my little walkway. And it's like, yo, why you guys do this? The Danforth is like just horrible.
Man, we should
dog
do
shit right now.
we should do a remake of De La Soul.
Yeah.
Dog shit on my lawn.
Let's do it, because I feel like we need to do a fucking PSA. If you own a dog, please, especially right now when people just got new puppies and new dogs and new animals for Christmas and stuff,
Like me.
clean up after your dog,
It's a dog
man.
in friggin' mayhem in Toronto. Like
Yo, I
everybody
can't-
has a dog
I
nowadays.
can't lie. The
Yeah.
odd night, if I'm like tired and shit, I gotta take the dog out at 2:30.
Yeah,
you know,
you
and
don't
it's being all
clean it.
crazy and shit. I might be like,
You're an
I
asshole.
could piss that shit.
You are an asshole.
Then I get mad when I step in it, so it's like
Yeah,
it's
It's
karma.
karma for
You
real.
are an asshole, sir. I stopped a guy from stepping in like the biggest, dirtiest, wettest pile of shit in the summer. He had open toe shoes. And he was just like, yeah, he was just minding his
You
own
should
business.
Just film that world
Nah,
star. yo.
man, I couldn't. I
That's
could
content
not
right
do
there.
that. I could not do that
Man
to the guy.
steps in horse shit on Toronto.
Nah, you know what happened? Because okay, so I'm walking and it was like dusk or dawn or whatever. You know what I mean? So it was like kind of dark. And I'm walking with a pizza and I seen it there already when I walked with the pizza, and I'm walking back and I just kind of like hopped over it. But it was massive. And I noticed there was just like this Chinese dude, who's one of my neighbors. He was
Yeah.
like walking behind me. He doesn't really speak English very well, and he's just kind of like whistling, big smile on his face. He had the
Oh,
open
man.
toe shoes.
That would've
And I
been
thought
fire.
about it for a second. I'm like, yo, he doesn't notice it. This is gonna be hilarious. And then I was like, nah, I can't do that to the dude. So I was like, yo. And I started yelling, and he just got all like shook, and I was pointing down to the ground, and he just looked, and he's like, oh, you know, just did like one of those, and you know, like, he's like, yeah, gives me the thumbs up and walks around.
Yo, do you know what
That
drives
was
me
hilarious.
nuts?
It would have been hilarious, but that would have been on my conscience so fucking bad.
Nah, man. Sometimes you gotta let people learn their lesson. Like, you
Nah.
gotta let them go through the shit.
Nah, man, I could not. If he had closed toe shoes, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm not
Oh,
letting
man.
somewhere. If I know there's like a big, huge probably shoes guy like sandals, I'm not doing that to the dude. Like,
Oh man, you way too.
that would have fucked up his whole
You're way
night.
too man.
But nah, that's a huge problem in my.
You got
every
like
Dog
time-
dog
shit under
shit.
your, you know when you're like digging in dirt, you got
Yeah.
like dirt under your fingernails, you got like shit under your toenails and all this. You're like, yo, I'm never wearing open toes again.
But now it's a PSA, man. If you own a dog, especially this time of year, you just got a dog. Clean up after your dog, please. Like, don't leave those time bombs sitting there ticking. Especially with the snow coming too, because once that like melts and you don't know
Oh,
you're walking
yeah.
over white snow, all of a sudden like crunch, you stepped in this shit right on the
Slide
snow.
the shit and fall down.
Fuck,
You
I
land in a
hate
bigger pile of
that.
shit.
I hate it. I hate like it's so bad.
I don't remember the
So
last time I
light,
stepped in
man.
shit still.
Yo,
It's
do you guys
not cool.
remember when Cameron dissed Jay-Z?
Yeah,
And he was like, how the king of New York wearing open toe sandals?
oh yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
Jay-Z stop rocking the open toe sandals
The
because he
open toe.
stepped in like Beanie Siegel's dog shit or something, or like Matt Bleak's
Right.
dog shit?
I don't know about that.
He's like, all right, the rock's over. Dame had enough of your damn dogs.
No more chance letters for Jay.
I'm crazy for this.
Yeah, and I remember when Cam was it Cam or was it Jim Jones who clowned on him? For that?
It was Cam that was like, how the king of New York got open toe sandals?
One of them was clowning
Some
on
shit
him.
like that.
I remember that shit well. Absolutely, man. But yeah, man. So that's what's up. Clean up after your dogs. But what else, man? Like you guys get like 2 smashed for New Year's Eve.
Nah,
How was
I
New
was
Year's
pretty
Eve,
I
man?
got really
man.
smashed the night before Christmas Eve.
So the 23rd. So Festivus. You got fucked up for
Festivus.
Festivus.
Festivus!
Go, buddy.
Yo.
That's what's up.
Shout out to my man C-Rack. We used to have mad laughs about Festivus.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious when they
Yo.
came up with that on Seinfeld. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was at George's dad.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm on Wi-Fi right now. Let's check this shit. If I'm not on Wi-Fi, I'm bugging.
I'm pretty sure we're on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I might not have mine on. I don't. Yo, Mal
Absolutely
bugging.
sure we're on Wi-Fi.
Mally, why
Yeah.
you bugging? I'm chilling and cooling just like a snowman.
All right, so it's 2019, man. We left
Hey.
2018 smoking in the fucking dust.
Yep.
Hopefully, we left we left the gun violence in the dust. But I don't think we
Nah,
did.
man,
You know,
these guys are going crazy.
going
right
crazy.
now.
Yeah, what do you think? You
See,
think
less-
2019 we're gonna have more gun violence, less gun violence?
I want less gun violence and I want more gun sound effects.
more gun sound effects, less actual gun
Gun
effects.
violence.
Gun violence. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. So you're trying to go with like that straight up old school DJ, like.
Yeah, like an 800
Like a
shots,
shot,
like
yeah.
when Flex used to go in on people.
Flex drop
New
the
York
fucking
City,
bombs.
I got fired for you tonight. 20 bombs go off. You think you're in like
Yeah.
fucking
Vietnam or
Afghanistan.
something.
You're like, yo, what the fuck's happening? And there's Flex. Yeah, I'm bringing all the smoke tonight.
But yo,
That's
honestly
New York
though,
City.
when it comes to Flex, is it getting whack what he's on right now?
You know what? I'm gonna
Get it,
be
yeah.
a shorter part of the
Beefing with
population.
Dash?
Yeah.
But I really enjoy his rants.
I
Like
enjoy
so
it,
much
they're
to the
funny.
point that after this Flex rant with Dame, I
Yeah.
listened to it twice in a row.
Yeah.
And I was so entertained.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, fuck this. And I went back and found archives of Flex rants from like the 90s all the way up
Yeah,
to
he
the
been
2000s.
doing that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
My thing
And
about
I'm
his
like, yo,
rants
Like
is
he's
that
new. We've been doing that
he's
shit,
not-
Is he the
man.
original Charlemagne, though?
could be. The thing with
Charlemagne
him,
don't rant, but like the first guy to just sit
Well,
there
we
and
might have
call
to
you
do
out.
that.
yeah. The problem with him though, like he's a lot of stuff he's not saying is factual. And that's the thing I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like, or he fucked up with the whole Meek thing and Drake when he was supposed to drop
Yeah.
the reference tracks and didn't have the reference tracks. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, if you're gonna go off like that, make sure you have your shit in order.
New York City.
Man, he's just trying to sell them wolf tickets, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them views. It's the age and the era we live in. You know what I mean? Like, by any means necessary, get them fucking streams. you
Yeah,
know?
man, it's getting
I feel like
pathetic though.
Exhibit should
Of course
snap
it
Funk
is.
Flex.
Fuck it, man.
You gotta
Flex
see
is
what
Flex is a
game-
character, man. Flex is playing WWE
Yeah.
right now. He
I-
understood from time
fucks
about
with
cutting that fucking
Yeah.
promo. You know what I mean?
And that's
Like,
that's what
listen,
Dame is
you
trying
can-
to is dogging him for that shit.
No, but that's how certain people make their money. Like a
Yeah, of
Flex,
course.
Floyd Mayweather's the same. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, like that's how these dudes
Yeah,
make
but
their
it's
money.
getting pathetic though, man.
I feel you, but it's
Yeah,
the age
you're
of the fucking
50 years
troll.
old.
50 might have been the
I
biggest
feel
troll
you.
of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta
Yeah,
think
he's
the
6'9".
50 troll.
Nobody
Him at
beat
6'9".
6'9", bro.
I don't know, man.
Troll of-
50
he's the
had
troll of the year.
target, like mad targets though.
No,
Like,
but-
you gotta think about
No,
it.
he
Like,
did. He had Ja. He fucked
Ja was
with
like later though. Like
You
how
saw
the year
that video
start? How
too,
the year
didn't
start?
you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
we watched the
Motherfucker.
same shit. didn't
I feel
we?
like your algorithm's probably the same
We
as
got
mine.
similar
on
algorithms
Yeah,
going on.
I
Yeah,
saw that video.
Yeah, he fucked with Floyd as
You
usual.
fuck with a lot of people.
But I mean, like
What
6ix9ine.
about
6ix9ine was
But
physically
it was a typical
actually
year for
doing
50,
things.
so.
if you could do an
Yeah.
arm wrestle with a neck, who's winning? Busta Rhymes or wide neck?
Ooh.
Busta Rhymes, according to 50 Cent, got the strongest neck in hip-hop.
That wide neck is crazy.
And for
though,
the
man.
record,
big up
before
Wide
Wide
Neck,
Neck
bro.
came out, I thought that was Call of the Year. Because I'm like, yo, I always thought Busta did have a super, like, abnormally large neck.
Man, he didn't always look like that.
Yeah, I
though,
think
No,
man.
he didn't.
Like, I love Busta Rhymes. Shout out to Busta. I ain't saying this to get punched in the face or nothing.
No,
Busta, he used to be
Busta.
skinny,
We wanna
man.
get
you on
You
the
cut
show.
them dreads, and you know, from there you went off. We know what you did. You went off on that shit. You hit the gym hard and hit something else a little hard, and that's how you got that buff and that fucking neck, man. That's Busta. That's it.
It is what it is.
It's
Now
exactly.
his
it's
name
what the fuck
kind of
it
fits
is,
him,
man.
kind of even more. Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Interesting.
But no, that's what it is, man. He wanted, you know, say he wanted to get big, man. Like Busta was skinny, man. You gotta remember back in the
Yeah.
day, Busta was lanky. He was a
Yeah.
tall, lanky kid, man.
Yeah.
And you know, he just kind of like he didn't. I don't think. I mean, he might have naturally thickened out like that, but I'm pretty sure that's, you know, that's creatine and a little bit of extra stuff with that
Could be.
creatine powder. You know.
Or what if he's just like, I don't know. What's like the most deep fried or like fat cholesterol Caribbean food you could eat?
Ooh, there's a lot. A lot, man. Depends. You just anything and fry that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Go
Like,
straight fried chicken, yeah.
All right, so let's say like fried oxtail or something.
Nah,
I don't know if you
they don't
fry
fry the
yeah, you're not
oxtail.
frying
Nah,
oxtail.
I don't know. I
Nah.
never had it.
Nah.
That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like you gotta
Fried
cook that, and then you gotta fry.
Actually, you know
like,
what?
Yeah.
Busta did do the
I don't
joint.
know.
Busta
Hey, yo,
did
if
do
you
the
ever
joint
had
with
fried
Nas,
oxtail,
fried
hit us up and
chicken.
let us
Yeah.
know.
You know that joint.
Yeah, with Nas.
When I pull you out the oven, I got
Yeah,
you
oh,
on
he
my
was
mind.
salivating
He was so,
on that
he was so
shit.
sexual about his
Yeah,
fried
he
chicken.
loved
So I
that
think it's right,
shit.
actually. It's the
Could've been
fried
fried
chicken.
chicken,
What if he
man.
never took
He liked that
creatine? He
shit,
just like,
man.
since he got money, he'd been like, fried chicken, fly vixen, you all my addiction. And it's
It's
like,
possible.
and he just hitting that. And then not
It's
even
possible.
creatine, but he's like, yo,
Yo,
it's a
the fact that you remember that like
I'm gonna
that,
put
that's
this work
crazy,
on.
bro.
Oh, yo, fried chicken was
Fried
one of the
Chicken's
best
dope
songs
fucking
on the
track.
Yeah,
album.
you say anything,
That
Maloney got a
shit's
song for it.
That was Street
That's
Disciple,
so
right?
funny, man.
That Streets Disciple?
Yeah.
No, that's N-word.
Okay.
Or self-titled.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's still the N-word album. I don't know why he changed it.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
that, like, yo, that's the, like, to me, one of the best songs of the album, man.
Yeah.
But Busta, man, he's like,
Salivating,
it's so
yeah.
submissive the way you, it's so submissive the way.
Oh yeah, Busta was just he was
It's so
he was
submissive the
confessing
way
his
I'm
fucking love
submitted
for
and how you
chicken.
gave me power.
Yeah, he was confessing his love for like
Like, it's so, like,
food on that
sexual.
track, man. But it was a good track, man.
Fucking kill me.
That was a dope track.
Worms chewing on the walls of my intestines.
Oh my god.
Busta got so sexual.
But like you
about it.
like see, I just remember the track. You actually remembering like the lyrics from like a track that's like almost 15 fucking years old, bro. Like you got a mind. You just listened to that the other fucking
No, I
day.
wasn't. I haven't listened to that in probably like 8 months.
See, like there's people who have like photographic memories. You have like photographic like audio fucking
Hip hop
old.
memory.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But not
I like
just
that.
any song. I couldn't tell you a lyric to a
What
6ix9ine
definition
song,
say?
even though I've heard him a few times. It's got to be intriguing.
Yeah,
Like,
Busta
is
if a
super
song
dope,
is
man.
intriguing,
Busta is super
I listen to
fucking
it
dope.
more.
Yeah,
And then
of
once I
course.
know, like, I broke down the whole song.
Yeah,
Now I've
Yeah,
memorized.
exactly.
And that's what I used to do. I used to just like sit in my like apartment or at like my parents' basement, and like when no one was around, I'd smoke weed, get high, and literally just
Yeah.
listen to rap songs for
Just
hours.
over and over and over and over
like
again.
the same like 50, 60, 70 songs
Yeah.
until that library grew to hundreds of songs. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like, so I just like know all these songs because I love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's like, I don't know.
No, I
love all
definitely fucks
periods
with
of
that.
hip-hop,
Yeah.
but, like
I definitely
fried
fucks with that.
chicken.
Fried Chicken's a banging ass track. Busta's definition of saying Busta's a slept on, you know what I mean? Slept
I
on
think
dude.
so.
And
I think he's very
absolutely,
slept
man.
on.
I think he's absolutely slept
He's like-
on, man.
But he has the plaques to prove everything.
But
He has
does.
the,
He does.
He had a very consistent run for a period of time. It was like, if you look at runs, like Busta and Redman probably had the most consistent
I was
runs
just
of
gonna say-
rappers in the late 90s.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna
Because you
say
had guys who sold a lot, but these
Yeah.
guys were very, very
Consistent
consistent.
run.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I was actually
Yeah.
just gonna say. Do
Absolutely,
you think
man.
Busta Rhymes may have the most consistent run in hip hop aside from Drake?
Nah.
Well,
nah.
put it like this: if we look at years and we look at back-to-back
Jay.
albums,
Jay.
But has his been completely consistent?
Absolutely.
Because-
Doesn't matter if his album is shit or not. He's still the most important dude in the game.
Well, he doesn't really
No,
have
he
many
does-
shit
no.
albums, but
That's what I'm
you talking about
saying,
Drake
like-
right now.
No, we're saying like as far as most, you know, saying like the runs, Jay's is ungodly. No
Is
one,
it
no
though?
one's had a run as long and
There
as
was highs and
consistent as
lows in there, I think.
it don't matter. Highs, lows, that's part of the
Like it was
fucking
best
game.
of both worlds going platinum. Like
There was
Kingdom
never been a
Come going
year since
platinum.
doesn't matter.
Like I think Busta's got a solid
Yeah.
run.
There's never been a year since I would argue 1998 where even maybe even 1997 where Jay-Z has not been the most important solo male dude
I would say,
in
yeah.
hip hop. The exception being like Drake or whatever, like coming out or whatever. But
hi,
Jay has always
my
been
name is.
not
But a lot
because
of it has
at
to
the
do
end of
with
the
the
day,
producers,
Jay was
too.
still setting that bar. M was just blowing people's minds. Like, oh shit, this is what he can do. But Jay is still saying, look, if I put on a Yankee hat, you're buying a fucking Yankee hat. If I take off this oversized shirt and buy a button down, you're taking off that oversized shirt and buying a button down.
Actually,
You see what
I
I'm
think they
saying?
probably had the same influence at the same time. The difference is the streets and the suburbs. In the
Yes,
suburbs,
is a good make,
people
right?
weren't rocking the Yankee hat to look like Jay. If anything, they were rocking the Yankee hat because Fred Durst had one on.
Yeah.
But
I
they
was
were
just
more
using the
so,
Yankee hat as a
example.
all the white kids are dyeing their hair blonde. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I feel you. But I was using
Wearing
the Yankee
blank
hat
shirts.
as a term of figure. But what I mean is, as far as how powerful his overall
No, I know.
influence and
When you
whatnot.
put on the button up, other people put on the
Yeah.
button up.
So
People
that's
put on the
cool.
blazer, people put on
But
the blazer.
did
People
all
put
the
on
white
the
kids-
open toe sandals.
but-
Everyone put on open toe
But did all the
sandals. Now
white
we all
kids in the
stepping
suburbs
dog
do
shit.
that? Because of Jay doing that. Because a lot of kids from the suburbs, they were on M's dick.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And
But the
I
streets
think
were kind of on Hope's dick.
that's
Of
the point.
course.
I think it's different for different
But
groups.
when Dipset came out, did they steal the drip?
Not really. Hope
No,
still
you don't-
running
no,
shit.
you
Hope's
know.
still running shit.
Because again,
You think hosts
no,
don't control
let
the
me put it
the
this
drip?
way. Let me put it
Not
at you this
consistently.
way. Let me position it this way.
That's the problem.
And
He's not
somehow
putting
we
consistent
always
joints.
get back to hip hop. But let me put it at you this way. 10 years ago, could you picture a rapper approaching 50 and still be as culturally relevant as Jay-Z is today?
Yes.
Who?
No, let me think
Who?
about it.
No, maybe
Who?
not, because my biggest example of something close to that would have been like an LL, and he wasn't culturally relevant at that
And
time.
LL's still around the same age as Jay-Z.
Yeah,
10 years
the
ago,
thing
he
was-
still would have
yeah.
been only
that's a
a
good
pop,
choice.
right?
Earlier.
So what I mean is, this guy has made it so that, it's okay to age in hip-hop.
But technically
He's
speaking, I know what you're saying, and the good thing you brought up Jay, and even Will. If those guys didn't go into acting the way they did, rap wise,
Right. They would not have
so
been
they're
as relevant.
Ice Cube as well, right?
Absolutely.
And I think
Absolutely.
going into film can also extend your career.
And
Yeah.
this is why I say Jay-Z is the best rapper of all time, in the sense that as just a pure traditional rapper, showed up, jumped on this track, did my motherfucking job, made shit hot every year. That's unfuckwittable. Now when it comes to MC, again, you could argue somebody else because they're getting a little bit more for the culture, but as
Yeah.
far as just straight rapper,
But
his run is ungodly.
I
And the
think-
only person who if he just sticks to rap, but he has the potential to drift off into acting, is literally Drake.
Yeah.
But he's still got to go at least another 10
And he
years
still
at this
does the singing
point.
shit too, though.
But the thing
Right,
too,
but he's still
right?
got another
Consistent
10
rapper
years to
that
go.
Just rap, like Hope definitely.
But
Yeah.
a lot of things too, people always forget about the producers
No,
and
absolutely.
who Jay chose to work with. Jay was very strategic in who he
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
with,
Yeah.
what projects he got on. He made sure he dealt with. Remember, fucking with the Neptunes and Timberland alone, he fucked with them at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I say I argue best rapper versus best MC, and this is why
Where'd
I
you
argue
catch
that
That's why I
Nas
say
is a
Drake's
bit better.
that's why
Because
I
if
say
you go
Drake's
back
the
and
new
listen
because he
to
took his
Yeah.
format.
Yeah.
No,
He
and
does
I
the
get
exact
that.
same
But if
thing.
you go back and you listen to a lot of Jay-Z's full albums, I've done it. You go back and try to bump
I've
them all the way
listened to
through.
all of them
There
very
are
many
a
times.
lot of throwaway tracks
Yeah.
in today's day and age because
Yeah.
all he was doing was trying to appeal to what was hot at that particular moment. So that's why, again, I use the phrase rapper when describing Jay-Z being the pinnacle of what a rapper
Yeah.
can do. And I
Yeah.
always say that Nas is more of an MC because Nas will have his straight up rap tracks where he's going for the pop shit, but then when he goes into the other shit, you're like, yo, you can close your eyes and picture a park in, you know what I'm saying, in Queens or whatever back in the 80s, back in the 90s, and, visualize
Jay
what he's describing, you know what I
really
mean?
only has 4 albums that are consistent front to back albums that like don't have skippable joints.
I can feel that.
I'd
I
say
can feel that.
Reasonable Doubt, the
Absolutely.
Blueprint,
Okay.
the Black Album,
Okay.
and 444.
Ooh.
See, like, what was the second?
But I
one?
get it because references are dated, so I get what
Well,
you're saying.
no,
in
I
some
don't
of
even
the,
care about references and
Yeah.
shit like that. But to me, it's more like.
But those
like
are his
Volume 1.
albums, though.
What was it?
Volume 1, I think the material that's good on Volume 1 is better than the Black Album.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is, you have songs like I Know What Girls Like, and
Right.
Sunshine, and you have
But that's
these
the point,
throwaway
right?
tracks
Those
in
are the
between the album
records.
that make
Those
it.
are the records that made him bigger.
Right.
Actually,
No.
no,
Those were the
no, no.
blueprint records
That made
to
him bigger.
But Sunshine
Hard Knock
was
Life.
not. That's
No,
why
Sunshine was the
streets
big
were
one.
watching
Again,
DVD.
again.
No,
But this is the
Sunshine
point.
was
This is the
Sunshine was
point.
the
Those commercial records helped him catapult
But
his
Sunrise
career.
didn't.
No,
Like,
listen,
that
I'm saying,
almost ended
listen.
his career.
No,
Sunshine.
how did it end his career?
It almost
How
did.
did it?
No,
though?
no.
How?
It
How?
didn't sell
How?
good. People thought it was corny.
Okay,
The streets
but-
started
One?
to turn their back.
But
on
listen,
it.
listen
I'm
though.
saying
Listen
the
though.
song
Listen though.
Sunshine.
But listen.
The first single they put out. That's
No,
why
no,
they
I
did the whole
understand.
Streets is
Listen to what I'm
watching
saying.
DVD.
I
and
ain't
all
gonna
that
fucking
shit.
lie.
The
Hold on.
street-
Let me say something.
hold on.
Before you
But the
say it.
streets of watching DVD or whatever, that's not gonna bring you into the
No, it's
commercial
not.
market.
No.
It's not.
That's the reason why these guys do these weak ass records.
No, but he had to
It's-
get the
yeah.
streets back.
I know, I
because the pop world
understand
didn't
that.
fuck
No,
with
I
him there,
do understand that. But listen,
and the streets
listen.
didn't fuck with him.
All right,
But it
let me
never
say
stops
something.
and ends with the one record.
Exactly.
When you're doing your run, like what was the second single that came out? Off that album?
Streets Watching.
Streets is watching.
No, Streets is Watching.
There was a Streets
Single
Watching
single.
DVD, but
Remember,
his
there's a difference
second-
between the
his
street
second track
singles.
was Streets is
There's a
Watching.
difference between the street single and the radio
I'm
single.
pretty sure. And
It
then
was a
City's
radio
Mine.
single still. I mean,
Was it a radio?
It wasn't
No.
like
It wasn't really a
Streets is
radio
Watching,
single.
but-
Streets is Watching, and then City's
No, remember
Mine.
what? What
Oh yeah,
no,
City
City
of
was
Mine
mine.
is probably
Which
the
is a
second.
commercial
It's
record.
probably the
Fucking
That's what I'm saying.
nailed
Like,
it.
those commercial
Fucking
records.
That song's fire.
Those commercial records help catapult.
Hell
them.
yeah.
But that's an amazing
And-
record, though.
But it
That's
isn't
what-
really.
It is.
No, not really.
What's
It all depends how you look at
just
it.
rest your soul. I be holding it down, yo. Still love the dough. Got these niggas on the
But you're looking at it from
cock.
you're looking from a lyrical
Lockdown.
standpoint. I'm talking an overall standpoint.
The beat, everything is hard.
No,
See,
it's
but
not
no,
really.
you
It's
know,
not really
but
hard.
what
Well,
you
it's
don't
not hard, but it's
understand?
dope.
Yeah, but the thing is, someone who has a commercial mindset
Yeah.
is not even gonna give a fuck about what he said. They're thinking it's him and fucking Blackstreet, right?
Right.
And that's it.
But like-
And they're just grooving to the beat.
But that, to me, is a classic
But I'm talking.
record.
I get that, but
Like
at the
Sunshine
time,
ain't.
No, I understand that.
Sunshine's a
But it
fucking
still
classic
is
record, bro.
because I can
That's
still
why.
play that record right now.
Sunshine's
I can play that record right now. People are dancing to that.
Sunshine. And I'll tell you why. Here's
A lot
the
of
thing.
people like Jay for his commercial records, just
Yeah.
like
No,
they like
exactly,
Drake for his
exactly,
commercial records.
Let me tell you why
Right.
Volume 1 is an extremely important album to Jay-Z's career, and he even underplays it. But listen, first and foremost, Sunshine is what made me buy the album, and it was the breakbeat at the fucking end that did it. It was the Adidas tracksuit, the Adidas shoes in the video that made me do it, because it had such a throwback, like, breakbeat at the
the
end.
shiny suit.
No, it wasn't the shiny suit. It was the Adidas
Justin
tracksuit and the
Justin was strutting
breakdancing.
around with the lime green.
But that album, it was so strategically put out because he was able to say, look, I got the shit that the DJs need to fucking play. I'm not just Mr. Mafioso.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
so I'm giving you Sunshine, I'm giving you City is Mine, but then I'm also giving you Streets is Watching.
Was Lucky
you
You
know
on
what
there
I'm saying?
too?
I'm giving you Where I'm From. I'm giving
Where
you
I'm From is
Where
like
I'm
yeah,
From
his best
is
record.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? But so he
Dope
gave you
record.
gully shit and he gave you that pop shit. But the pop shit was just the start. He was just learning what you know what I'm saying, like what he was
Yeah.
capable of doing. So people are like, this, that, the other. Yo, he came right back with fucking
Volume 2.
with Hard Knock Life.
Which to me is arguably one of his worst albums.
It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Worst albums or not, he understood his position in the game, he understood his lane, and he understood what was
And he kept going
needed
more
to
commercial.
take over.
Yeah.
Like you have to credit Jay because within the span of 3 albums, he was able to take hip hop, own it, and reshape the direction of it. He was able to take it away from the reins of Puffy and say, "Yo,
Do you
the game
think-
is mine, bro."
I don't know
And
if he
ran with
owned
that
it
shit.
by Volume
He
3. Though.
owned
He
it.
was
He owned
a
that shit.
force, but I wouldn't say he owned. I say when the Blueprint came out is when he was starting to own it.
Nah,
He
already,
owned
man.
it, but the problem is
He took it
those
away from
commercial
Puffy and
records
Master
that
P.
he did, and a lot of those R&B remixes that he was on, because he
Yeah.
was on a whole bunch of R&B
Yup,
remixes
yup.
at one point. Like
At that
Jay
point,
was
he was
everywhere.
the feature king, and he was fucking dudes
Yeah.
up. Like you understand that time? Like there's the
Do we
commercial
think
stuff.
Jay sabotaged Fab's career because
No,
he was scared
no,
of him coming
hell
up?
no.
Fab
Hell no.
could have been the Jay.
I don't know.
You could have been.
Why would he do that? Fabulous is one of his artists. You understand?
Not at
Desert
that
Storm
point.
is under the Rockefeller imprint. Yes, he was. Fabulous came out under Desert Storm. DJ Clue is Jay's fucking artist, bro. Why
Yeah,
you gonna
he signed-
sabotage
he
your man?
But
definitely
Joe
signed.
Budden wanted that Jay smoke still.
He
That's
definitely
because
signed to him.
Budden is a dude who doesn't play politics. Budden's a dude who's like, you would sign him and you could give him $1 million and he'd have like a, you know what I'm saying? He'd still be one of those kids you'd have problems with because like, yo, what the fuck's wrong? Like he'd find something to have an
Fucked up
issue with.
about.
You understand what I'm
Fucked up
saying?
Slaughterhouse.
Buttons will never be 100% happy with the situation. He's always gonna find something to complain about. That's just his
I think-
personality,
I
in
think-
my opinion. You know what I mean?
I think rappers
What?
definitely tried to destroy people who thought
Yeah.
could come
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
fuck
Nas
yeah.
did that
But-
with
With
Ali Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, what does Jay have to gain by sabotaging this dude
Keeping
who's
him out.
keeping?
Keeping him
Nah,
out.
we don't even really have
It,
to
and it
defend him.
didn't stop him though.
He was like Hope, but
Definitely didn't
better
stop him.
looking.
He's a business. What the fuck you talking about?
But you know what?
I ain't even gonna comment on the nigga's looks.
It
Alright,
didn't
But
stop Fab from being
And Fab is
successful.
a ladies'
here's
man.
the thing about
Jay-Z is
Fab
not.
though. Here's the thing about Fab. You have to understand, like especially at that time too. Motherfuckers was confusing Fab with Mace. Fab just sounded like Mace with better punchlines at that time because we forgot who Murder Mace was. But Fab at that time, because we didn't have videos. He came out with Fantastic Four and all these DJ Clue tapes. We was just like, yo, this dude sounds like fucking Mace. But he's talking Brooklyn shit instead of Harlem shit. You know what I'm saying? But Jay was so far ahead. The only people, he said it himself. Only ones I fuck with is M, Pimp, Juice, and us or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he knew at the time. The only people who was making any type of hedgeway in his cementing of being the king of hip hop was literally, or king of rap, not hip hop, but king of rap was literally Nelly and literally Eminem, but they were very distinct in who their audience was.
Yeah.
Jay was that
Nelly
dude
doesn't
who
get
knew
enough
how to
props.
appeal
Who's
to
that?
I think
everybody.
Nelly doesn't get enough.
Nelly
props.
does not get enough
I
props.
think on a commercial level, he's phenomenal.
Like hip hop hated Nelly when he came in.
Nah, they didn't hate him at all. Dudes who want to
Flex
hate
was
about
supporting him hard.
what's hot at the time, because this is the thing. You have to understand too. And I guess this is my thing for this episode, saying this is the thing. But you have to understand, motherfuckers always hate what's pop. The same dudes
Yeah.
who hate the mumble rap today are the guys who hated Bad Boy Records in
Yeah.
1998. But they're the same dudes who, if I throw on a set, or Mike throws on a Bad Boy set, they'll be the first ones on the dance floor saying, "Damn, why does the music sound like this?"
Yeah,
There's dudes
real
who
shit.
always hate the pop shit because they think going against what's popular is gonna make them more popular with their friends. People cannot form their own opinions. They want their opinions justified by their friends. So instead of saying, "Yo, I really like the shit out of Mace's album," they're gonna say, "Yo, fuck Mace," because all the girls are liking it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Yo, you know what? This Backstreet Boy track might actually be a little bit hot," at that time, niggas would be like, "Yo, fuck them dudes,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah." But in their head, they might be like, "Yo, da, da, da." And now today, they might hum it to
Yeah, I
themselves.
could
and
play
sing.
that shit right now. And they'd be
understand what I'm
like,
saying?
yo, that track.
So at that time, yo, nah, man, dudes were just literally fucking hating at that time because that was the guys making money. You know what I mean? There's always been this rapper versus MC aesthetic. There's always been the underground versus pop aesthetic. That's never changed. And that's why when people are talking this, oh, the young kids today or this, that, and the other, it's like, nah, man, it's always been this shit.
Yeah.
Always fucking been this shit. Going back to fucking as soon as Rapper's Delight came out,
Yep.
motherfuckers
Yeah,
were
that's
hating
true.
on that
That's
track
right.
because it went pop. And they looked at pop as the death of the underground instead of just, well, it's bringing more of an
I
audience.
think a
into
lot
it.
of
You
people
know what I'm saying?
also hated on it because most of the hip hop community was familiar with circulated tapes, that was all that hip hop was at
Right.
that point to reach it if you didn't live in New York. So anyone who knew what hip hop was heard these rhymes because they're Grandmaster Caz rhymes, and they're like, "Who's this big
knew,
bang
yeah.
Hank guy?" You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people who loved the culture at the time as well. It wasn't just because it was pop. Because
No,
a lot
I
of
feel
people
you.
that are for the culture respected the fact
I
of
feel
pop.
you.
Like someone like Lord Jamar's like, that was the biggest shit. He's like,
But he was a kid back
but
then.
he's like, in the streets, we knew this was
Yeah.
corny.
Yeah.
He's like, because it was all stolen. He's
But
like,
they were also told it was corny. They were also told.
There was a hip hop record that was popping.
Yeah.
Like, there was like, it was like,
No, I feel
you know,
you.
so it was
different
but they were also
dynamics.
told, you know what I'm
different
saying?
dynamics
Right.
though, because put it like this. Now, if you put Homeboy, what's his name, Lord Jamar, in his prime, he wasn't for pop shit. And then when
No, he's
hold on,
still
hold
not.
on. And then when it comes to Eminem,
Right.
even though he initially liked M, and then as M got bigger and got more cornier,
Right.
he said, "Fuck that shit."
yeah.
Things change when perspective of a child to you're
Yeah.
in the 20s and now you're an old ass motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah.
It changes. Like
Your
for me,
perspective,
all
yeah.
that 80s shit is dope,
Yeah.
but it's corny.
Yeah.
But it's
get
dope. And I loved it back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
I never, but I was too young to understand what's pop
But
or
you can
not.
go back and listen now and be like, yo, the rhyme patterns aren't as good as the rhyme
Yeah.
patterns
Oh,
of
no.
today. The melodies, the cadences, the flows, but it's still dope for the
Yeah.
time that it came out, and it's dope for its aesthetic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like
man.
Cardi B, right?
Yeah.
Like all three of us, we would have said that Cardi B's dope or good or what. Nowadays,
Yeah.
I mean, like some people be like, "What the fuck you guys talking about?"
Yeah.
Because she's pop, she doesn't write her own lyrics.
Yeah.
Right,
Blah blah
right.
blah.
It don't
Now,
matter to me. I'm entertained.
if
Fuck
this
yeah.
was us in a different mind frame, maybe a few years ago, we would
Yeah.
be like, "Fuck Cardi B."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what changed really? Right? Is it?
Mindset.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fucked up.
No,
Because sometimes I feel like I'm contradicting a lot of
Yeah.
shit I've said.
No,
in the
but like
past.
it's like
Well,
yo,
That's,
you have
that's
to,
life is contradicting
Yeah.
the past.
But it's like-
as long as you
yo.
don't contradict yourself in the present.
Yeah.
but it's like yo,
But
you
you
gotta
still,
grade shit
everybody-
though.
Yeah.
You have different, you feel different every day.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like one day I might wake up and be like, yo, I fuck with this, and then we might get on a tangent one day in an argument, and I'm not feeling that record so much that day, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
fuck that guy.
No, and I
Yo,
think
he's
that's the
whack
beauty.
compared to Nas.
I think
You
that's
know
the
what I mean?
beauty
But,
of
like,
hip hop, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We gotta have like skills. Like you gotta understand, like you want to be entertained. So when I want to be entertained, I don't want to have to dissect the most lyrical dude. But there's times where I want to kick back and I want my mind absolutely fucking blown. So I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
on that new J Electronica track. But there's times where I just want to chill the fuck out and I'm sweeping or I'm doing the dishes and I want to get
Yo.
like funky, so I'm gonna throw on Cardi B or whatever.
Speaking
you know
of
what I
Jay
mean? So,
Electronica, can we make an
You gotta have
agreement that he
grades
is
and-
the most unsuccessful troll of all time?
mm.
He's always popping up trying to troll, and it's like
Yeah,
like
he just pops
it's
in and
news for
pops
like a
out.
second, and people are like, he's got like Azalea Banks
Yeah.
of like the lyricists. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's Jay Electronica talking dumb shit.
Yeah, he needs to drop something.
J
man.
Elect,
Drop an
J
album, not a
man.
fucking
Even
Twitter.
fucking-
J Elect Yamaka.
Even fucking
that dude.
homeboys in. What's the homeboys
That
name
Exhibit
again?
C verse is still one of the greatest fucking verses of all time.
Yeah,
Nah,
boy,
it's
the
not.
verse can't hold your career, man.
No, you're right. A verse
Yeah,
can't hold your career. That
Cannabis
verse is
learned that
fucking
the hard
sick. Shut up, Cannabis, man.
Yeah, we
Cannabis.
want Cannabis on the show. You a
All right,
legend.
yo, but on the real,
33 threes was crazy.
what the fuck else is going on in this world other than
Yeah.
all this shit? Because we talk a lot of hip
A lot
hop.
of
We were
shit's
talking a lot
going
of
on.
non-hip hop shit before we came in here. So
You
the
know,
We're talking
cameras
about
roll.
dot shit.
Yeah.
I don't
What-
even actually like
We should start
hip-hop
playing the
anymore.
OD
You don't like hip hop anymore?
Nah, fuck
Not
hip-hop.
feeling it? You're tired from it? You hanging it up? We done with
Yeah.
this shit?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. You
No,
know,
I'm still down for this shit.
yeah.
Still hip hop.
I'm gonna play like my star role now. You know what I mean? Like I ain't even gonna listen to nothing. I'm just tell you my opinion. Like, yeah, that guy's whack. You'd be like, oh, you heard a song by him? Be like, nah.
Nope, but
I
it
don't
fucking
even know what he
sucks.
looked like, but he whack.
Fucking sucks.
I got receipts.
Star is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Star's the
Yeah,
original
hilarious.
troll,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But
Star and his brother, the original
yeah,
trolls.
before we
in
get
this
off
game,
hip
man.
hop, let's just make some noise for Jay Electronica being the most unsuccessful troll
Yeah.
of hip hop history.
Yeah, we need to do that. A poll on who's the best troll in the history of hip hop.
Who's the best?
And you can,
Yeah.
and with the best, there's a worst.
Star.
Yeah.
You think Star?
Fuck yeah.
Well,
Star.
he's like an
Originator, but is he
originator.
the best?
If not Star,
Even Flex is a troll.
Nardwar. I don't know if he's really a troll, but Nardwar is great at what he fucking
Oh, he's
does.
a fact finder.
Yeah, he's a fact. I
Is
wouldn't
that
call that
trolling?
troll.
Like,
I think it's just
okay.
because he hides behind a goofy image that
Alright,
people are
Star
like,
50.
Nas got offended by him.
Star 50.
Yeah?
Yeah, you see that?
No, I gotta
he
look
like
that
pulled
up.
out a record and Nas is like, yo, I haven't seen this since I was
I don't
like
think Nas got
6 or
offended.
something.
Nas was just stoned and
No,
he's like,
Nas
what the
was,
fuck is
pissed
going
after it,
on?
and He's like, yo, thank you. Like, I've wanted this for years. And
How the
Nardwar's
fuck
like,
you know this?
oh, actually, sorry, this is from my personal collection.
He was like, nah, I'm taking this. I'm
This is
taking
a
this
very
shit.
rare record. Nas like, oh, what the fuck, man? I thought you were giving me this shit. And Nardwar's like, no.
Nas could go
Yo,
buy that if you
I
wanted
did bring
to.
you some stuff. but
Nah,
like
it was one of
this-
those like super rare ones to
Yeah.
fucking
He could put it in
find type
fucking
shit,
order
you
or
know what I'm
something.
saying?
Nas was
Like,
This is
thoroughly-
fucking Nas.
Nas was thoroughly
Nah,
upset.
bro.
Like, watch the interview. I
It
don't
was
know
like
what
something like
happened.
his pops was involved with or something that they don't press up
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Or
It's
something was like,
something
dude, where the
old
fuck
Dara,
you find
Yeah,
this?
that's
like,
what it was. Something like
but that's
that.
what Nardwar does. Where it's
Yeah.
like, bro, how the fuck you getting
He's
these
the
people's
king of the
heads
friends.
like this?
And then and Nas was cheesed after, and then like the rest of the interview gives like one word answers and shit.
Because he's probably mad fucking confused. I heard Lil Uzi walked out on a Nardwar interview. Just like, Nardwar asked him something that was real personal. He's like, yo, how the fuck did you get this information? And he just like, well, fuck, I'm not walked out or something. I love Ghostface in Nardwar's interview though. Like, Nardwar
I've
versus
seen it, but I
Wu-Tang.
don't really
Ghostface is
remember.
just tripping. He's like, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Snoop
Man.
and Nardwar are always classic too, because
Nard-
Snoop just trips the fuck
Yeah.
out. Just gets stoned and like Nardwar just gives him everything.
I think Nardwar might be the greatest interviewer of all time.
Oh, he's
in
amazing
Yeah,
in
he's
what he
dope. I
does,
like
man.
his show.
Shout
I
out
don't rush him
Nardwar,
enough
man.
for
I
it.
love that guy.
Yeah.
Nardwar.
And it's weird, because it's like it's hip hop, but it's corny, but it's hip hop.
Yeah.
Yo, he
Yo.
made his name so fucking perfect. I love
Yeah.
that guy.
Well, I remember when I used to see him on Watch Music,
Yeah.
I used to be like, this guy's such a clown. And then
Yeah.
as I got older and watched his
Yeah.
started watching his actual interviews, I'm like, this guy's a genius.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
I
hiding
used-
behind that quirky image is the
Yeah.
perfect thing
Yeah.
for him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's not
fuck yeah.
threatening.
Yeah.
You know
Dude,
what
my
I mean?
favorite was Ed the Sock. I
Oh,
fucking
that
shit.
love
I miss
Ed the Sock.
Sock.
Remember him in that fucking Point Blank and shit?
Yeah,
No, I
we
never
went
saw
point
that.
blank
You gotta
around
watch
the
that
hood,
shit.
man. And you know
No.
what was dope? Listen. It was
They
thing.
had him in Region?
Yeah, they had him in Region. They had him in Region. And he said straight up in that episode, he said, you know what the problem is with hip hop today? All you people complaining about hip hop, the problem is you. You're supporting and buying all that shit. So he told us almost 10 fucking years ago what was wrong back then. He was like, yo, people supporting the wrong shit. Support the real
Edge
shit.
Sock show was the
Ed was the
shit.
real-
The
Realist.
Sock was the
Ed was
realest.
fucking
Yeah.
And I
dope,
used to
man.
love it because when I was coming up in my little puberty days.
Yeah, he used to watch his fucking
Oh,
Friday
yeah, he
night
had the little
pool party.
porn stars on
Yeah, and after your baby blue or whatever they call that shit. What was it called?
Yo,
Baby Blue 2
Baby
or
Blues
something?
Friday nights, man.
Woo!
Yo, City
That's the
TV
noise for
was
the softcore porn.
City TV was the rise fucking channel growing
Yo,
up.
like
They
they
would
would stay
play-
up and videotape those things.
Yo, I remember.
It was like fucking Stretch and Bobbito shows in the fucking 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, Baby Blue 2 was
Listen,
like,
yo.
that was porn, that was jerk off material for the week.
They had City TV on a Friday night. They had City TV. They had the Tele Latino Network where they had those fucking Colombian.
TLN.
They had the Colombian fucking soap operas, and then they had
Oh, shit.
Showcase and Showcase after fucking Oz or whatever. They'd have like some dirty shit.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like, yo, I got options on basic TV right now. And then they had those infomercials too, just like the girl
fuck.
fucking
Oh,
dancing
yeah.
around.
Oh, yeah.
She's like whatever in the Clantley, scantily
What
clad
about like, do
outfit.
y'all
Yo,
remember
it
like
was
the
pretty
fucking
chill back then.
Teletoon days too? You remember like Duckman, undergrads,
I remember
I remember some of the
that
cartoons.
shit?
was it Duckman?
Duckman?
Duckman was a real dirty,
Real
dish.
perverted
I know,
shit.
Mr. Duckman.
Yeah,
Two
that
fucking
shit.
tigers. Yeah, Fluffy and Buffy.
Yo, I used to love
I remember
that.
that shit. I don't know,
Yo.
Mr. Duckman.
The
Yo.
fucking John Callahan's quads, the
Bro.
fucking head on the skateboard and shit.
Duckman, the funniest thing is he's sitting one time, I don't know, he was contemplating or whatever. He's at school, he's in high school, he's sitting in a fucking classroom, and he has a baseball glove on, and someone like yells out there like, "Hey, fucking Duckman, blah, 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 what are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know nothing, but you interrupted me. Now I gotta go back to like beating my meat," and he's sitting there punching the punching the baseball glove. But I just remember that show was fucking
That show
hilarious.
was so
Because it
dirty.
used to come on after Monday Night Raw on Mondays. So I was like, oh, fucked up.
I just remember it was real late at night.
Yeah.
Teletoon shit.
Teletoon, that shit we didn't get Teletoon until late in fucking life, bro. Like,
Well, because you guys are older than me, so like when Teletoon was
Yeah, it
popping,
was
I was like
kinda-
9, 10.
you're right.
So I was too young to be watching this shit.
Fucking lucky ass bastard. You know, we had to grow up with fucking
had to wait for
Rocket
everything.
Robin Hood and Hercules on fucking on
Do you know what?
Omni.
This is kind of pause-worthy to ask.
Mr.
in a room
Dress
full of
Up
men,
and shit.
But I gotta ask, because now I'm curious. Pause.
Saturday morning cartoons. That's all we had.
What did y'all, like, what was it like? Because I grew up where we had the internet. So
Yeah.
I had porn
Yeah,
at my free disposal
all the time.
all the time
Word.
through my puberty.
We had magazines.
Sears catalogs and shit. Like,
Yeah,
was that
for
for
sure.
real?
Yeah,
Did Sears
hell
catalogs
yeah.
really get you through your
Hell
you know
yeah,
what's
man.
fucked up?
Red Shoe Diaries. Yeah,
What's
man.
fucked up in
Red
my
Shoe
neighborhood,
Diaries.
bro?
Yeah,
There's a
fucking
bunch
Lady
of
Elizabeth.
perverts,
From
and they
WWE.
would dump their pornography
Oh,
in the streets.
those were the
Word,
best
word.
days
or
when
in
you
the-
find that
in
random
the
porno
parking
magazine.
Yeah.
garages.
Yes.
This was regular too. This
Yes.
was all the time.
Yes.
And you being a kid, I mean a kid, not even puberty time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You don't realize what you're actually grabbing
Yeah.
because you're like, oh,
Bringing it home and shit.
what has that fucking magazine been through before you got
Oh!
Oh,
Yo!
no, that's
See,
so
even me as a
dirty.
kid,
Yeah.
I found
Scrambled
porn,
pay-per-view.
and I've never thought about
it? Because
that.
we're too young.
Right?
That's nasty!
Exactly.
The other day I was thinking about, I was like, damn.
Oh!
My man said scrambled pay-per-view. That was real too. You
Yeah.
put it on because you could hear everything and
Oh.
you just wait for the swiggle. You get at least
Yeah.
get a tit or something.
Yeah, that,
Something
you never
like
you
that.
never had a squiggly vision?
Squiggly vision?
Yeah, the thing.
Oh,
with,
you don't know about that. He always had a digital cable box. I
Yeah.
bet.
No, man, I wasn't that privileged. Come
Nah,
on.
it's not about
All right,
that.
so there used to be like the pay-per-view channel used to be like fucking like 24 or something. You know, you just
Yeah.
order it and it would be on the regular like 2 to 99 channel dial. You put it on that channel if you didn't order like the pay-per-view.
I remember when like
and it
the
would just be the
channels like
squiggly
60
line.
to like 90 were squiggly
Yeah,
line, like
yeah.
fuzzy channels.
Exactly.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get a tit and shit.
Exactly. So there'd be like that,
I
but you
remember
used to be
that.
able to like actually hear what was going on.
Oh, where, but you just couldn't see it?
Exactly.
No, you can see a good amount.
A little
So
bit.
it's like bare orgasms, and you're
Yeah.
just like, I'm waiting for the tit. You're just like,
Yeah.
you're gripping the tip, like, where the titty at?
Yeah, or you go to a friend's house after school and like they throw on a tape, like, oh, my dad's got this tape. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah, all that,
What,
yeah.
yo,
You
me
see,
and my
like, oh,
buddy,
shit.
before the internet shit, right? Like, when I was still scared to search it up at home, because I was
That's
a
a
kid.
rite of passage for all
You know what I
boys.
mean? We used to go to my homie Brian's house, and he had a dad with a limp who would look after him every other weekend. And
Shout out to the dad with the limp.
Yeah, dad with the limp was kind of weird, but shout outs to him.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And we
You
would
need
wait
to
till he
throw
would
that
go
in.
to sleep. And then we would go, like, he knew where his porn stash was. And then we'd
Yeah.
go, like, raid it. And, like, me and 3 of my homies would be staying at Brian's house every other Friday night. And, you know, for some reason, his dad's like, okay, you know, I don't know why you guys want to be here. Meanwhile, we're, like, abducting this porn and going through it.
That's
and after you
crazy.
said what you said, now I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, he was a nasty man. I bet that
Right.
shit was dirty.
Both of those-
Like, yo, this dude was so nasty
Yeah.
that the whole room of his basement, like where his laundry machine was, like every single wall was plastered with Turono Turono Sunshine Girls.
Yeah.
So that's years worth of Sunshine Girls, man.
That's not even as bad as they have in the UK, because the UK they have the
they're
page 6
naked and
girls.
shit.
Yeah, their topless in the UK.
Yeah.
Right.
My boy came home. He went to London for like a summer. When we were like 15. He brought back a bunch of page 6 newspapers. Like, here, have them. He like gave them to me. Like, oh shit, they're like the Sunshine Girls, but with no tops on.
Yeah.
So that
I remember
shit
getting
cool.
some of that. I think in Jamaica they had some of that too.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So it was like
I grew up across the street from a full-on like table dancer stripper. So you went into her house. I
And
was
your
like 10.
homeboy's mom used to work there.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was the kids across the street from me. There was naked pictures of her everywhere around her house. I'm like, I don't know if I should be seeing this, but you got pictures of yourself everywhere. Thinking back, like
Did you ever smash his mom?
no, absolutely did not. No.
basically, like,
But she did hit on me one
Go
time.
to
She hit on me.
cross.
She hit on me hard one time, bro. I was buying some blunts at the shop. I was like 20. She came, she's like, oh, you old now, you smoke cigar, da. She's trying to like hit on me, and me and my boy were just like, oh fuck, this is so fucking weird. That whole day was like one of the weirdest days of my life.
More is to take.
Yeah, no,
When you
I
win,
was
but
not that
was,
bad.
would you okay?
Not
if you didn't know her,
smashing
right?
either.
If you didn't know her, right? On
Right.
an attractive level, would you bang it?
Not because she looked like really like plastically made up. You know?
Okay.
Like you could tell she had a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like she was that you could tell that was her life. She was about that shit. You know what I'm saying? She was about making that money.
I
So
forget.
she was an IG model before IG.
Yeah, kind of. She was driving a Dodge, not even a Viper, a Dodge Stealth. They don't even really exist anymore. Neither do the Vipers. But she had like this Dodge Stealth, and their house got like all redone up, and they had like a hot tub and sauna in their fucking back room and jacuzzi and
So she was escorting on the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
You still in
bro.
contact with the family?
No, not at
so-
all.
All right, there it is.
Not at all. Happy New Year. Not at all. But yeah, I grew up right across the street from, so I see all that shit. But the first time I ever saw like porn, so I was 5, and my
Do you think
fucking
it's time to
cousin.
abolish the pimp? Like, shouldn't all these girls just be free agents now?
Most of them are.
Well, I mean,
Try to be.
say, is it time to abolish the pimp? That's like saying, it's a time to abolish the agent in sports. You know, that's basically what they
Yeah.
are. They're agents.
And the
They're getting
manager in music?
different pimps have different, like, time to get rid of, like, the abusive pimp for sure. But some of those dudes are out there, just getting the best deals they can fucking get. I don't fucking know. I don't work that industry. I shouldn't even be commenting on this shit. I'm not a pro in this industry. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to offend anybody.
All
I
right,
don't
but first
fucking
time you
know.
saw porn.
Yeah,
Get
so
back to the shit.
all right, so my cousin, he just comes and wakes me up. He's like, yo, Dust, let's go. I don't know where the fuck my dad was, but I lived with my dad, my cousins, my aunt. We lived right across from Broadview Station on top. I think it's like reused noodles now.
Okay.
If you're ever at Broadview Station, I'm like, oh, Dustin lived there like 30 years ago.
Yo.
So my cousin, he grabs me, takes me down to my dad's room, lifts up my dad's mattress, and he just starts pointing everything out to me. He's like, all right, so that's called tits. We got a dick. This is this. This goes in here. Starts explaining the whole like
Say
gauntlet
word.
to me. Yeah, my
No.
cousin Dre.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
starts
big
explaining
up
the
Dre,
whole
big up
gauntlet
Dre.
to me. Yo, I'm like 5 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So from that point on, I'm like, oh word, that's what you're
Did
supposed
you
to
say
do.
his name was Dre?
Dre, yeah.
How old was Dre then?
He would have been about 9. Nice. So he was corrupting me from a
Yeah.
very early age.
I mean,
That's
the
good. I
Parkdale
think
thing,
a
but-
little
Yeah,
early
just
corruption
brought me
is
in,
necessary.
lifted up the
Parkdale,
mattress and showed me
a
everything.
lot of corruption in Parkdale.
Yeah.
We get exposed to a lot of shit as kids.
Absolutely. But
We had
this
hookers
is
on the corner.
this was
Like, we didn't go to
pre-Parkdale.
school and shit.
No, this was before Parkdale, bro.
Okay, before he
this,
got to Parkdale?
Yeah, this was right before he moved to Parkdale.
Even worse then, because then he saw more shit.
This was Broadview Station before he moved to Parkdale, before I
Yeah.
moved to fucking Mornell Court. You know, we were
Yeah.
just living Broadview and Danforth, and brought me down there, lifted up my dad's mattress, and just pointed out everything. I was like, oh shit, word, okay, cool. I get it now. And
It's not his fault then.
no, I think he just learned. I think like someone just told
He knew it was
him.
under your dad's
Yeah, how do you fucking know? How do you know?
Kids
I
find
don't-
everything,
Yeah,
bro.
oh man, yeah, he was one of a kind.
Speaking
too,
of
man.
finding everything, I had a friend in grade school. We went to his house once. We were snooping through the drawers.
Yeah.
We found a dildo.
Oh,
We were
word.
like, oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But then, like, it didn't dawn on us till a couple years later. Like, him and his mom were broke up, and he lived with his dad.
So that could be a lot of scenarios right
Well,
there.
you know, his dad could just bring
That's
home,
kinda crazy.
maybe his dad had a girlfriend and they're just having fun and shit.
Maybe he
you
just
know what
has
I'm
those
saying?
toys
Like-
when ladies come around.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Is that proper, like, sex toy?
Should a
etiquette?
dude- should a
Like, you
dude
use
have
the same
one?
toy
Yeah.
on every girl that comes through?
Maybe it's a condom on that shit. I don't know,
Like,
man.
What's the etiquette to that? What do
We're
you
gonna have to
clean
make
it
a
with?
poll.
Is
I
like
don't
is
know.
Dawn soap enough, or do you have to use like? bleach?
Listen, I don't know, but one time I was at my boy's house and he was like, yo, check out this box. And he busted out the box and started started showing me what he had in the box, I'm just like, yo, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, I was shocked at what he had in the box. Like, he had a box full of, like, different size ones. Like, yo, I'll bring over chicks, and I got this, and this. I was just like, dude,
Cock
this
in a
is
box.
fucked up. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I would have never fucking imagined in a million years that you would have this crazy ass box on the side of your fucking bed.
Wow.
Let alone, here's where it gets better. Let alone a fucking gimp outfit.
Whoa!
That's what blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
And from that point on, I was just like, wow, you're a different dude.
Can we just?
You don't know what a gimp outfit is?
Yeah,
All right,
let
you
me
seen
know
Pulp
right now.
Fiction?
Oh, one of those things.
You know when
Leather
Marcellus
thing?
Wallace gets raped?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That character's called the Gimp.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was just like, word. I don't want
Can
to
we
know
have
more.
a moment of silence for Marcellus Wallace getting raped? by
I
the
just
Gimp?
watched that movie. Like,
I love that movie.
I just watched that movie the other day,
I
man.
love that fucking movie.
That movie's dope.
I wonder if people are gonna get offended about that movie. Like that's what
Pulp
I'm saying.
Fiction?
Like,
What the
like
fuck
the
are you
new
offended about?
millennials and
Yeah.
like, oh my
No.
god, did it help it? It's right.
Nah,
See, that's the whole
man.
point, right?
You
Like,
millennials can get fucked.
You know what's fucking crazy about Pulp Fiction? They have that whole they have a whole
Statement.
opiate heroin arc in that movie, and it's like more
Yeah.
relevant today. You know,
Yeah.
like they were using this shit to restart the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dude had to kind of like steal that stuff from the hospital, whereas now we're
Yeah.
giving that shit out for free. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
no, he pumps her with adrenaline to save her from the heroin
which is
overdose, right?
which is naloxone. That's what the shit you get at the pharmacies for free. You inject it
Okay,
in there to
word.
restart your heart.
That's what I was actually just gonna ask. Can you
Yeah.
actually use that to like jumpstart yourself from a heroin overdose? I always kind of just
Absolutely,
thought
that's
like,
what it's
that was
for.
imagination.
That's what it's fucking for.
what's for what again?
Naloxone.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about the gimp suit.
Oh, yeah. You tripping out? Let me throw my gimp suit on.
Yo,
OD.
yo,
It'll
having a
save
gimp
my
suit
life.
is fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. I don't even know how you wash that thing.
Pause. Oh,
Listen, man, it
Yo,
scared the shit out of
speaking
me.
Are you still in
Speaking
contact
of
with that person?
What's that?
Are you still in contact with that person?
He's one of my best friends, man.
Yo.
Fucking, I was just like, word, dude, shit.
speaking of
bro.
cleaning gimp suits
I ain't saying
and
no names.
dildos,
Does he still have it?
And
I have no
etiquette.
idea. I haven't been back to his place since.
Yo, have you ever wondered when you're at the strip club? Because like we're talking about cleaning sex toys and
yeah.
things that etiquette. Have you ever like
You gotta
Like, you
wash
know how
it
the
with
girl will
baby.
come up with the
Yo,
little,
hold on,
like,
hold on.
what?
My man said, yo, my boy said to wash the gimp suit. You gotta wash it with baby shampoo.
that's a pause right there?
I guess it's leather, right?
I
So
don't
does
know,
baby
put baby
shampoo
shampoo
work
on
on
it.
leather?
Does he
Your
own
dick.
one?
We're learning something
Does
today.
he own one?
I don't know if he
You
owns
must
one.
know if you fucking own
Hey,
one.
Jim, Jeremiah,
hold
you
on a
own
second.
one?
Hold on. Can
Let
we,
us know if you own one.
hold on
bro.
a second before we go any further.
Yeah, ask the question.
Does not cleaning a gimp suit with baby shampoo sound like the most crazy shit you ever heard? Like, pause on that.
It sounds like the craziest sentence we've ever said on the show, and we said some crazy motherfucking sentences.
I ain't putting
You gotta
nothing
clean
with the
the
word
gimp suit,
baby in it
bitch.
on the gimp suit. Baby oil, no nothing.
When I think of gimp suits,
Baby
I think
powder,
Of,
any of that.
I think of people under the stairs when I think of fucking gimp suits. Foo!
Oh, man.
Foo! That movie's fucking classic. I love that movie. Foo! You know which movie I'm talking about?
I heard about
The
the
people
movie.
under the stairs.
Yeah.
And shout
I
out to
didn't
the
watch
group
it, but
from
I heard about
California. They were dope too.
Yeah, they were a dope fucking group. Yeah.
Some noise with
Those
people
guys
under
were
the
pretty
stairs.
fucking cool, man.
But
People under the stairs for sure.
so the
Yeah, I think that
etiquette
movie.
with cleaning sex toys and gimp suits, which is
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Clean them.
My question is, how do you feel about when you're at the Rippers and the girl comes up before after the last girl dances, before she dances, has like a singular Lysol wipe and just like stripes it down the pole before she dances?
I think she's pretty hygienic.
You think that's
She's
hygienic?
more hygienic.
Do you think that's
not
like,
doing
yo,
that?
let's be real here. Do you think that's cleaning crabs? Like,
Oh,
a little
my-
sweat from a Lysol wipe?
Hey man, it
Like,
tells you on the side of a Lysol bottle, kills 99.9% germs.
is the crab a germ though or a living species? Like, if you throw a Lysol wipe at a tarantula, I'm sure it's not dying.
I'm sure a microscopic crab will die in bleach. I don't know, man. I'm sure
It's
it
not
probably
even
works.
bleach on those things. It's like,
Yeah, man, they got the ones with
it's
bleach.
like watered down pine saw.
Nah, man.
Or what are
Yeah, I
you,
got shit with
you
bleach.
gonna,
I
are you
remember-
gonna rub your vagina on a stick of bleach?
I used to get fucked up from my aunt used to spray Lysol in the house on me, like walking around like 5, like oh, I'm all fucked up. I think I'll
love
get
that
like
smell.
contact
I love
high.
the smell of bleach.
No,
and shit.
it would like taste on my tongues, bro.
Oh man, that's
the
crazy.
Lysol spray, not bleach, man.
That's crazy.
You just like inhalants. You like anything that'll get you fucked up.
Nah, not quite.
Nah, you lie, man. You were that kid who was raiding your grandparents' fucking like
Oh, I
medical
did some
cabinet,
crazy
and
shit when I was
taking
a
whatever
kid.
you could find.
I remember I huffed gas once. That was crazy.
Are you
Huffed it,
serious?
what, from an exhaust pipe?
No, like I legit. Like,
You don't have gas from an exhaust.
I went to a jerry can and literally put my hands around the tip of the jerry can, like holding my dick, pause, put my mouth around it so I didn't touch my mouth to the gasoline, and just fucking breathed in like 5
Jesus
times.
Christ.
And I was like,
You do
well,
that behind a bunch of buses and shit.
Bootleg Purell.
you used to do that too?
Well, fuck it.
Hey, shout outs to Mike for admitting his huffing of gas as well.
You used to huff gas?
Nah, bro. Like, you live
Nah,
in the
bro.
city, and fucking there's buses chugging out fucking gasoline out the
Yeah,
fucking
I
thing.
remember
You
going to the
inhaling
gas
that shit.
station as a kid, just smelling the gas, getting fucked up. I'd leave the gas station with a migraine. It was like, oh, I'm
See,
fucking
I never
stoned.
did. It never affected me. Even
I don't know. I
huffing
think
it
I think
didn't do
gas
shit.
stations use a smell a lot. Where either as a kid you have a way better sense of smell, or just gas stations
Yeah.
they use
I
different
love the
gas
smell
or
of
something
gas.
in the early '80s. Because I'd go to the gas station and just get fucking ripped. I'd leave that shit just like, oh, I feel sick as fuck.
Wow, that's crazy. I wish I could do that now.
Yo, I used to work at Zellers back in the day. And Zellers is like a fucking Canadian bootleg Walmart that no longer exists for anybody watching who doesn't know.
Do you
what
remember
Zellers
the
is.
fucking bear?
This is Zellers.
Yeah,
I think
Zeddy,
this is
Zeddy.
Zellers.
There's still
There's
one
one or
fucking
two,
Zellers
yeah.
in Etobicoke. But
Yeah.
yeah, Zeddy. I had to dress up as him once or twice, but we're not gonna talk about me
You
dressing
got,
up
you got
as Zeddy.
pictures? Video?
I don't know. This was like fucking
We need
1999.
receipts.
I
Polaroid?
don't have no video. No
We need
Polaroid.
receipts.
But check this out. So I was like one of the
Big
stock
ass
guys.
video camera and shit back in the day?
I was one of the stock guys, so I had access to the cleaning room. So I'd go back to the cleaning room and just pour like 50 different chemicals into the fucking mop bucket and just be like, oh shit. I'd be like, that fucking stinks. So I'd go get like some of the other guys, like, yo, go check, go like smell the bucket and like get these guys to like go in and like smell the bucket. This one guy, Billy, came out one time and he was like, dude, I'm so fucked up. His eyes are like rolling in the back of his head. He was about to pass.
So wait a minute.
At that point, I was like,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
we're not playing the fucking the chemical game anymore.
You're gonna make chemical gumbo in a mop bucket
Yeah.
and get people to smell it, but
Yeah.
you
I've never huffed gas.
but you can't watch a dude step in shit in open toe sandals.
Hey man, there's a difference between like what you do when you're
Some
17 and what you do when
I
you're
think
like,
you're like
you know?
secretly a serial killer or
Listen,
something, man.
There's a difference between what you do
Your
at
moral
like
scale is fucked up. It ain't balancing out.
half a life ago versus now. You know what I'm saying? Different priorities. Get fucked.
Looking out for
I would
someone's
throw
fun.
water balloons at people from a fucking 24th balcony when I was like 14. I
Oh,
wouldn't do
man.
that shit. Now I'm afraid I'll kill
We used to
somebody.
throw
now.
rocks off the highway bridge at
Oh
night.
my
That's
god.
crazy, bro.
I have done
Yeah.
that once or twice, and I'll never do that again.
And then one time we threw a pretty big rock and it
Oh my
dented a
God.
guy's car, and we did it at the bridge right near our grade school. So
Oh
he
my
drove
God.
off the highway, came to the grade school, was like, "Some kid fucking," and then they caught us somehow.
Of course they did. They knew it was
Yeah,
you.
yeah. We
Fucking
learned that ain't no
deviant
play
bastard.
Yeah,
after that.
man.
We learned
That's
that was no
fucked up,
play.
man.
But yeah, we used to literally stand off the bridge
Yeah.
and just like toss rocks at
And
cars
killing
for like.
Because it's the
shot.
adrenaline rush you get when you're young, just doing bad shit.
Or
you know?
snowballs are the best. Or you know what me and my cousins used to do? When it was Christmas time, yo, this is crazy. This is retarded. We used to go around my cousin's neighborhood he lived in, and we would pick out a couple nights, like throughout the Christmas holidays when we were all off school. We go on our bicycles and steal as
Zeddy
many
costume's more
Christmas lights
embarrassing
as
than
we
owning a
could.
gimp outfit.
Say what?
No, someone asked what's more embarrassing, owning a gimp suit or a Zeddy costume. You know what I'm saying? Yo, furries are a real thing, man. Do any of you guys watch? I know you don't watch shit. So I'm
Wearing
not
a
gonna ask
Zeddy
you,
bear
but-
costume
You
and
watch
sex is
Entourage?
crazy.
Do you watch Entourage?
Nah.
All right,
heard about
regardless,
that shit.
Entourage was one of my favorite shows, and they had an episode where, dude didn't want to go smash this girl, so the other guy was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. But the girl was like, yo, you gotta throw on this fucking squirrel outfit. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? So he throws it on, and he's smashing the chick or whatever, and Buddy just comes like, the other guy who didn't do it, he's like, yo, what the fuck's taking so long? Goes look in the window, and you see his buddy, like, the squirrel outfit going hard, and, like, the bunny, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I had no idea that this genre of fetish existed. It's called furry fetish.
No.
Ever since that point, like, I've seen a lot of fucking furry fetish is out there, you know what I mean? Like, wow, this is fucking weird.
Well,
Got
I
some
mean,
weird
it's
fucking
legal to
fetishes.
have. It's legal to give a furry
Smashing people
animal
with fucking-
oral sex.
Or a dildo.
Oh my god.
As long as you don't penetrate, it is legal to do sexual acts with any animal.
Yeah, that's some weird ass shit, but it's also legal in America.
Well,
I
that's
don't
furry
give a fuck,
fetish
man.
right there.
No, that's not a furry
Eminem
fetish.
invited a
motherfucker.
gerbil into his ass.
Yo, so dude made that rumor up about Richard Gere, and that was going around for like 10 fucking years. And like
Yeah.
Richard Gere had to like literally deny it in a bunch of interviews or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yo, Richard Gere's a cool motherfucker because dude came out and said, yo, I made this rumor up. And eventually, like, they met. They have a picture together. Like, Richard Gere literally
No.
has a picture with the guy who
With the
made up.
gerbil guy.
Yeah, with
Yo,
the guy
that's
who made up the
fire.
rumor that he had
That
a
guy
gerbil
might
up
be
his
the
ass.
best original troll of all time. Makes me listen to that. And whoever made up that
I
Marilyn
don't
Manson
give
got
a-
his ribs removed.
Was that?
Marilyn
Oh,
Manson has
yeah.
rumor.
Whoever made up that rumor
yeah.
was like the second best troll of all time.
Or that he was the guy from
I
Mr.
believe that for
Belvedere.
years.
Same.
Oh yeah, that too. I believe
Yeah,
that too because he looks so similar.
The Marilyn Manson rumors started with fucking Prince, though, man. Like, people said the same shit about Prince, that he had a rib removed so he could suck his own.
Oh, word. All right.
Don't believe any rumors you ever heard in the
Alright.
fucking 90s.
Imagine that, really getting your rib moved to suck your own dick.
That's crazy.
What if anyone's really done that?
I bet somebody has.
Anything's possible in this world,
Where's the
man.
fucking Clerks? The guy broke his neck. He fucking broke his neck trying to suck his own dick. Or
Yeah.
What?
And
Yo,
the
do
other
you know
guy had an
what the
aneurysm. No, so they told people he had an aneurysm in the swimming pool. But he really broke his neck trying to suck his own dick.
Do you remember Olaf?
Kind of, the Russian guy singing Berserker.
suck my dick Berserker?
Yeah, yo, Berserker's a real fucking song, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
But he says the weirdest shit. He's like, would you like to see my suck my dick? Like,
He's like, would you like to have some fuck, Berserker?
yeah.
Wasn't even like, would you like to fuck? Would
No,
you
it's
like
like
to
the
have
most-
some fuck? Because he was Russian,
That's
right?
what it means. The most broken
Yeah,
English.
would you like to have some fuck, Berserker? I love that movie.
Yo, that shit is so funny.
I used to know that movie line for fucking
Berserker?
line.
Yo, shout outs to Oasis.
Shout out to
Berserker is
Kevin
like one of
Smith.
our biggest fucking inside jokes.
Oh,
between
word.
us.
That's a real song, and there's another song, Chewbacca. That's a real fucking song, too. I think it's in that movie. Chewbacca, what a Wookiee. Yeah.
I feel Chewbacca from Random Acts.
What? Sorry?
Random Acts was Black Milk and Sean P. and Gilly
Oh,
Simpson's
word.
group.
Okay. Yeah.
They had a song.
Chewbacca, yeah.
Deuce, deuce, papa, that rock in your shoes,
Yeah.
papa.
Yeah.
There used to be a group in Toronto called Random Act.
Called what?
Random Act.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why it's kind of
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Go to inviting Toronto men's from time.
Depends
Oh,
when they came
no.
out. When did that Random Act come out?
I don't know, but.
Black Milk's with the shit, though, right?
Never mind.
I was about to give some free smoke, but.
Fuck it. Fuck
right.
it. All right, man. So what else is popping in the world,
What?
man? Other than gimp suits and
She
fucking...
only want me for my gimp suit.
Oh, shit. I'm never going to sing this song.
Gotta let the penis loose.
Oh, my God. Fuck.
I know you wanna rob on my leather, baby.
Why were there so many fucking gimp suits in like Mad Max? Like, is it because leather protects you out in the desert? Like, I can't imagine wearing that shit in the desert.
I don't know, man.
Fantasy.
I guess. No, if you look at how they used to dress in like early 80s hip hop prior to
Oh,
Run
yeah,
DMC,
that's gimp
they used to
suits,
wear
that's
that shit. Yeah.
Yo.
They used to wear some weird fucking sex cult type outfits.
You know
hip
when
hop back in
Ludacris
the day,
made
man.
What's Your Fantasy?
Yeah.
What do you think he'd do if a girl came up to him after the show was like, yo, you gotta put on this gimp suit? You think he's gonna be like, still like, yeah.
Give it to
your
me now.
fantasy
Give it to
is.
me now. Give it to me now.
Or he might be like, move, bitch. Maybe that inspired move, bitch. Maybe that inspired move,
Maybe.
bitch.
Maybe.
A girl came backstage with the gimp suit and he's like, alright,
Oh,
going too
fuck.
far.
Ludacris. Luda.
Chris ain't crossing this bridge.
We definitely on one today. It's a funny fucking episode, man. Good way to start the year.
She only want me for my gimp suit.
Oh, Jesus.
The only dudes moving units and gimp suits and us.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, we got, all right, if we know any video animators out there who can make a little parody of Pimp Juice and turn it to fucking gimp suit and animate that shit and put that on YouTube, we will get at least 1 million fucking hits with that.
Yo.
And we'll pay you some residual money.
Fuck it, I'll do the audio. You just gotta chop the video for me.
Yo, who's good at, if we know any animators out there who can chop that shit out, holla at us. We want to make a fucking parody of Pimp Suit. Call it Gimp Suit. Either that or we'll just do it in MS Paint.
Wow.
That would be
You wanna
awesome.
touch my glove, don't you?
Oh, God. That's fucking crazy. I shouldn't even have let that cat out
remember,
the bag.
if
If my
it's
boy
what I
had one
think
of
it
those.
is-
Chained up, slow down.
I remember.
Word, Canada's being Finland right now. Shout out to the juniors. They on the come up.
What?
Yeah, we're being Finland in the World Juniors.
Don't we always win that though?
Kind of. I think like, wasn't it called the Canada Cup? Like, that's how much we win it. It's like the Canada Cup, or it's the World Juniors, I guess. But yeah, man, like we always dominate, or Russia, maybe America once or twice, occasionally like fucking Sweden will slip in or something like that. But it's Canada, man. It's fucking hockey. We love this shit.
It's the only thing we
Kind of.
got.
Kind of. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we gave up basketball.
I like hockey, but I don't love
We
hockey.
gave up everything.
Like I like hockey, but I don't love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good sport. If you want to punch somebody out and skate at the
Listen,
same
I
time.
just can't wait to the
It's like
fucking
figure
Leafs.
skating with fucking punching bags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
kind of.
fuck
But I
hockey.
cannot wait till the Leafs win the fucking Stanley Cup this year
Never.
because
Are they actually?
no, they're gonna fucking they're gonna win it this year.
You think?
Yeah,
Are
fuck
they
yeah.
struggling right now?
Who gives a shit? They're gonna fucking kill it.
Oh, man,
from the
you-
If
playoffs.
they do win, it's gonna be a
You sound
shit
cliche
show.
shit.
as hell. Are they actually on their way to win it?
Hell yeah, bro. We have like pure young talent that are scoring like fucking
So number
almost
one
like
in the
guns.
league?
I don't know what position we're in now, but we have been first place for a long time. Like the Raptors and the Leafs are fucking
I know the
dominating this year.
Raptors are killing it.
Oh,
but-
dude, the Leafs are fucking killing it, bro. Leafs are absolutely destroying it right now.
I don't know if I can believe that.
We don't win that much, man. Well, we were winning, but fuck it, regardless. We're winning the Stanley Cup. And I'd imagine when we win, we're gonna see like cops flipping over cars and shit. I don't want to suck your dick. Don't ever ask me that question again. Berserker. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I had a dude a couple weeks hit me up in my
I
inbox.
did look at Dustin while I said it, so I deserved that.
I had a guy hit me up in my inbox. I didn't know like how to respond. He sends me a picture of this girl and he's like, "Yo, would you run a train on this chick?" And I'm like, "The fuck?" So I just kind of like ignored it. You know what I'm saying? Ignored it for like a couple days, and he hit me back. He's like, "So is that a no?" And I was like, "Bro, like,
about it.
what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you asking me right now, bro? Like, I felt like that was like a dick pic, but not a dick pic. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
he was trying to
Like,
solicit you, and he was just using the girl as leverage.
kind of, right? You know what
So I
I'm
guess
saying?
you're not down, right?
Nah, not
You're
at
number
all.
5 on my hit list. I guess I'll keep scrolling.
Yeah, please.
Mike Snow
please.
next.
He's going to the Turono Talks. Yeah, if you worry, he might hit you up, bro.
Toronto Talks train.
Oh, I ain't into trains. I don't do that shit, man.
Yo, it's
Fuck
not
that.
gay if it's rape.
What the fuck?
What's going on?
What's going on here? This is where we like jump the fucking shark mid episode. It's done.
It started with the dog shit. It just went.
I apologize for bringing that shit
No,
up.
it's not.
Ho, ho, ho! Hey, hey!
We fucking jumped the shark already, guys. This year's over. Okay. See you in 2020.
Talking bitch don't appreciate shit. Never had shit, so you never be shit.
That's right, man. That's right. That's
Dodo
what's up.
Brown! Bitch, you in some shit now.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I said earlier, man, if you got a dog, please clean up after the fucking dog. Alright, I'm gonna say there's nothing worse. Especially in my neighborhood. Like, I'll bring you guys on a tour. I'll make a video and we can put it on YouTube. There's so much goddamn dog shit. Motherfuckers leave it hanging from the fences in the alleyway.
Oh,
like,
yo,
they'll pick it up
you
now.
got a dog shit troll. You know, like the penis Picasso on
Yeah,
Netflix?
yeah.
You got like the shit bag Picasso in your
Bro,
neighborhood. He's like making
now they'll
art with
bag
that
it, but they'll
shit.
just throw the bags or they're just tied to the fucking fence. You're walking by a pole. Someone like fucking what's it called? Taped it to a pole. So I'm walking by this pole and there's like dog shit just hanging. It's like, hold on, you had time to tape it. There's a garbage can right over there. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's definitely trolling. Yo,
Bro.
salute to that man.
My neighborhood is
He's
so
probably got an
fucking
Instagram
bad
account
right
of
now.
like dog shit hanging in weird places.
Listen, there's so much
With
dog
a
shit in my
million
neighborhood. It's
followers.
gross, bro. It's fucking nasty. man.
Yo.
Just walking like off my street. And there's only like maybe 15 houses on my street. Like I gotta fucking. It's like a landmine field. It's horrible.
Holy shit.
I hate it.
Could you build a shit snowman?
I could. I'm not going to, but I absolutely could. It wouldn't even be hard.
Did you dress
I'm
in
gonna
a
go
pimp
Google
suit
that right
after?
now
Oh,
and see if it
God.
even exists.
Oh, yo, you guys gotta come through.
I've been like, even today, right? I'm on City TV fucking page, whatever.
Yeah.
And
You comment, trolling motherfuckers on citytv.com?
But listen, someone's name was BC Bati. B-A-T-T-Y.
Fuck Philly.
And I'm like, hold
Is that
on.
what you like is Batty a name?
Yeah, I was like, is it really a name? So I had to Google it. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, culturally speaking, you're like, that's Bati
Could be,
Bati.
you know,
That's
yeah.
when we talk about our booty.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's
Could be
actually
name,
a
you know,
fucking
someone-
name. It's an
Yeah.
actual real
Fuck yeah.
fucking surname.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
You could have that name in Jamaica. I wonder if anyone in Jamaica either has that name. It's possible.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You can have like, you know, like their slave owners back in the day were
I'm gonna
the
look that
Batis,
shit up,
and
man.
they inherited the Bati name, and you know, it's the fucking Batis over there.
I'm just like,
It's been dead for 3 centuries.
That's the
Wow.
Bati line. Yeah,
Or
it
not 3
happens, man.
centuries, 3 decades.
It happens, man. Fuck. I'm pretty sure that's how
They
I
were
got my
murdered
last
back
name.
in the 60s.
I'm absolutely positive that's how I got my fucking last name. You know what I'm saying? Like Wareham. That's a British fucking last name. And you know, like the British that I do have in my family comes from my mom's side, not my dad's side. So I'm pretty sure we got that shit from whoever was our, you know, the Warehams were our slave masters in Jamaica or something, man.
Word.
Yeah. So shout out to Warehams, whoever the fuck they were.
True.
Yeah. It's also a spot in like England or something.
Do you
I gotta
think
go to
they
fucking
wore
England.
ham?
They might have, or they might have been like
maybe
actually,
they're in
no,
an
man.
anti-Muslim group.
Maybe
and
they had
they're
like a warehouse. Maybe
"Yo,
they stored
We're
it.
gonna cover ourselves.
Nah, maybe they
pork and walk
stored
these
that
streets."
shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a warehouse, it was a warehamage. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
No, but no. Actually, it comes from. It's a town in England, Wareham, England.
Ah.
So that's where it comes from, I think. And they probably just had that last name, came over, blah blah whatever.
Don't
Some
fucking
fucking
tell
shit.
me.
I don't fucking. I have to check the ancestry.com. God damn it.
Yeah.
If I swear
did
to
that shit, by
God,
the way.
I'm trying to find the word Bati right now. And the Jamaican family
Googling
genealogy
Bati right now.
search.
This man is googling Bati right
I
now.
think that
as we
deserves a
speak.
pause.
Yeah.
To Google Bati
It's
is
an actual
pretty
fucking
pause-worthy.
name though.
Who the
That's
fuck was it? I was
fucking
listening.
party
Shout out, Drink Champs. I can't remember who it was. They were on there, and like Nora and them were saying pause, and like, hold up, man. At our fucking age, just saying pause is worse than actually not fucking saying it.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
seen
implies that your
I seen
mind is
that.
constantly thinking
Man,
about
that-
that fucking shit. You know
Who
what I'm
was-
saying?
who
So,
was
Bati's
that?
not a fucking
I
thing.
just-
Every
it was
now
a
and
good
then,
fucking interview.
Was it Dame Dash?
Nah,
but
man,
Dame
it
Dash
was
says-
recently. It was like
Yo,
2 weeks
You
ago.
ever notice Dame Dash says pause when it doesn't need to be said?
Bro, that's
He'd be
some.
like,
But does he mean it in the same fucking manner?
I don't know.
'Cause I have a friend-
sometimes he does.
Because I have a
Maybe it's like a
friend the other
nervous
day-
tick.
He'd
Just
be
says
like,
pause
yo,
like a
that
nervous
was
tick.
big,
Yeah.
pause. And then like 5 minutes later, be like, yo, we gotta head into the store, pause. It's like,
It's just
really?
a fucking nervous tick.
Because you
that he
said the word
developed.
head? And then be like, yo, I'm going downstairs, pause.
So what's better, pausing or homo?
Oh man, I think pause is better than no homo.
Yo, you ever seen the South Park episode where they actually said no homo on South Park?
No.
Oh my god, I swear they had a black writer like 10 years ago because they did the whole Blood and Crip episode.
Yeah.
And then they did another one. Like somebody said something and dude was like, pause, no homo. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. They said fucking no homo on
Yo,
South Park.
South Park for like, it's like,
From
Season
Mother
5
was
to,
from
like,
Jamaica,
18?
Francis
Yeah.
it's the greatest
Martin.
cartoon of all time.
It's still amazing.
I haven't watched the new shit really recently.
Yo, I love the fact that I haven't watched South Park in at least the last year and a half because it just means I have pure comedic genius to catch up on when I see those episodes.
Man, they're like the best
Oh,
comedy
they're
cartoon of all
easily
time.
like them, Chappelle and a few other people, like they're so on the cusp of just what's going on in
Yeah.
the world, and they have the way of just kind of like saying it and putting
Yeah.
it in a comedic way where they're like, yeah, I fucking get it.
Did
Fuck
you ever
yeah.
see Jay-Z's interview on Tim Westwood? And Westwood asked him if he liked fish sticks.
No. Jay-Z or Kanye?
Jay-Z.
Oh wow.
And Jay-Z laughed. He's like, nah, I hate them.
Awesome. See, the thing is, Jay-Z probably saw that shit, got the question, and he played it off so fucking
Yeah.
cool. And that's why, again, I was saying like earlier, like the whole rapper thing. This motherfucker is the Frank Sinatra of our lifetime.
Yeah, that's
Like he's
right.
literally the coolest motherfucker, other
And
than
he's
riding that
evolved.
jet ski. You know what I'm saying? He's the
Oh,
coolest
that picture
motherfucker.
is
He has his
hilarious.
corny, he is corny.
Or the
moments.
diving, diving
lot of
into the
corny
pool.
moments.
No, he does, but he makes being corny. You're like, hey, if Jay can be corny, fuck it, I'm gonna be fucking corny too. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I pushed my glasses up when I said that, but you know what I mean. Like when you see
Glasses
just
to show sophistication.
they do,
They
man.
make you seem less threatening.
That's why I've wore them the last 6 episodes instead of my contacts.
Ah.
Also, because I'm cheap and I got disposables and I'm on my last pair and I'm
Let's
trying to
make
save
some
for
noise for
Vegas.
realisticness. right
Yeah,
now.
I should just go spend $100, $150 and go get some new
I
fucking.
got
disposables.
20/20 vision, but I think I'm gonna
Fuck
get a pair
you.
of glasses just so I can look less threatening.
Well, fuck
'Cause
you
I don't
and
want
your
that
20/20 vision. I have a fucking Asian mom who's got horrible eyesight, and I think I inherited that problem. So fuck you and your 20/20 vision, because I could never be a pilot. You drug using motherfucker.
I don't want to be a pilot.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Wow, that was kind of harsh, eh?
Well, by
is-
drugs, I mean
kinda
like,
harsh.
vitamins and shit.
Yeah, and
Francis
B12.
Bati.
Estrogen. What are you using estrogen for, bro? Is that to counteract the testosterone?
I'm trying to get my
fucking-
breasts up, you know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
word,
In
word.
the Twitter world, yo, I don't get followers unless I got tits.
I got
You
you.
know what I mean? I just post pictures of cleavage, be like, yo.
And you're just not trying to
Maybe
pay
that's
for the
why they
surgery.
don't like Bati, dog. Yo.
Francis Bati Shan. Tell us about Francis Bati Shan, the man you're Wikipediaing at the moment.
Shan was born in about 1850, the daughter of a Scottish plantation owner and his black Jamaican mistress.
Word.
I always wonder, where did that word Bati come from? You see what happens when you troll on a fucking city
called
TV? You learn something.
etymology.
Motherfucker's name is Bati, bro. What the fuck? I've never heard about this shit in my life until fucking trolling.
Yo.
Mike is
It's a real
so
fucking
we
name.
have a study for this called etymology. When you study, the history of words, and right now Mike is learning the etymology of
And
the
it's
last
actually
name Mati.
supposedly it comes from the word boat.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking
So Lil
sense.
Yachty is kind of Lil Bob.
Oh wow! Shout out Lil
Yo.
Bo or Lil Bat.
This is fucked up.
Lil
Shout out
Bat.
Yachty.
I'm gonna find more Batis and
I like Yachty,
fucking
man. I ain't even
Jamaica.
fucking lie.
Word
I
the
like
fuck
Yachty.
up.
You like Yachty?
I ain't even mad at
Oh,
Yachty.
Yachty's so trash.
Listen, I saw the video of him at what was it?
Like,
It
I
was
don't
the
even
record
want
shop
that
on
interview. Like,
Danforth.
fuck it.
Nah, man, there's the
Just
record
cut
shop
that
right
tie
on
loose.
Danforth, man. They not moved, man, but they sell a lot of fucking records. And anyways, he was up in there, and this guy was buying like Rush records and Eazy-E records and Hall & Oates records.
Lil
I was like,
Yachty?
Lil Yachty, he knew who that was.
wasn't.
Yeah, I fucking swear he was. You can YouTube this shit. Lil Yachty goes record shopping in Toronto. It's a Danforth fucking record shop. It's right at Danforth. It's right
Is
by
it
where
Cobb's?
Ryan lives. Yes.
Yeah,
It's right
I
across from
frequent there.
it's right across from where PvP lives. Lil
Yeah.
Yachty went shopping there because they got all the crates and stuff. Dude, he was buying fucking Hall & Oates. He was buying Rush. He was buying Eazy-E. He knows who all these fucking people are. Like this generation. This is the thing. Even someone.
Yeah,
like,
but you know what? I can't.
no, hold on.
I can find out Lil B could be like a fucking
the
jazz
thing is,
historian.
yo,
It
let
doesn't
me
make me
finish.
like his
They
music
know
more.
more about that shit than they know about hip hop.
Right. Let me finish though. Let me finish.
That's the sad part.
Even someone like Lil B. People shit on that kid. That motherfucking kid can spit, yo. When he wants to spit
Yeah, he spits
traditionally,
bars, B.
he's gone in. He got one up on Joe Buttons.
Remember that song
Believe
with him?
that.
That song with him and Jean Grey and
He was a-
Talib Kweli?
Yeah.
That song was hard,
Bro,
bro.
he can
I
go
was
in.
shocked.
He's just a fucking
Yo,
weirdo
fuck
because he's the prototype weirdo that this generation is riding the vibe on. We almost
Yeah,
forgot
no.
about Lil B.
I know.
Motherfucker, we forgot about Lil B. He's the prototype of this fucking
But
generation.
Lil B is trash. That's another interview. I
Nah,
don't
man.
want
Some of
either.
that wonton soup shit by Lil B is fucking dope, and I don't give a flying
Man,
fuck.
he
I like some
casting
of that
spells
shit.
on people and shit.
Yeah, you don't want to get that.
Dude,
Lil
no one
B
did that in
fucking
hip-hop.
Voodoo
Yeah,
cast,
yeah.
man.
Man.
Anyone who got that little
He's
fucking
Haitian or
beat
no?
curse, their sports career got fucked up. He got some magical fucking powers. That weird. I ain't even calling him a weirdo, man.
Man,
Shout out to the bass guy, Lil B and his wonton soup.
Wow.
Random hip hop shit, man, is what it is.
Lil B.
But I'm saying though, you know what I mean? Like some of these dudes, they appear. And someone else said this too, man. I think it was Marlon Wayans. Again, man, shout out Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I do this myself. I'm guilty of it. We appear to at times not be as intelligent as we actually are,
word.
so as to be able to bait a motherfucker in or get him
Like
into a
how?
scenario. And you're saying like, once you do that, you're like, yo, I got you, bro. And they're thinking, yo, I can do whatever. Or I got this one. And it's like, nah, homie, I got you exactly where I'm planning this going exactly how I planned it. You're thinking, you're getting one over on me, but I already know what's going on, and you're just playing your part right now. You know what I mean? So a lot of these
Yeah.
dudes, some of these younger generations, someone like a Trippie Redd, he has some stuff you're like, it kind of sucks, but then he has some stuff you're like, yo, that sounds fucking dope when he's actually writing it how it's supposed to be written. Uzi's done it a couple times too, where I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? So a lot of these dudes are way more intelligent than we ever give them fucking credit for, or we actually believe they're just playing the fucking role, which again has always been the lowest common denominator in hip hop, which is lowballing our intelligence. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you fucking talk about it on that show. I used to fucking go to school with my books in a pizza box. I didn't want people to know I'm smart. And Will Smith had a fucking, he had an MIT, scholarship waiting for him. He turned it down.
MIT
He can really
say
do
word.
the Rubik's Cube. You understand what I'm saying? But
Will Smith's a smart dude, though.
a lot of these rappers are, man. But the thing is,
But Will Smith
our
never seemed
culture,
dumb.
our
Like, Fresh Prince
culture,
always seemed intelligent.
yeah, but our culture is to, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't look at intelligence as a thing that's a virtue the way we should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At one point it was, but
Mm-hmm.
you
During a very small era. Very, very small, which,
Nah, I
which is
think
probably the
intelligence is cool. I think like
absolutely it is.
yeah. I
And
can't
to
stand
be
people I
to
can't,
be an
like,
MC
have conversations
and to be an
with.
MC you have to be absolutely intelligent.
Yeah.
To be a rapper, not so much, but to be an MC you gotta be. You'll see like Pharoah Monch. If
To
you were
be
to
an MC,
if you were
yeah.
to analyze Pharoah Monch's shit, you'd be
But
like,
let's not
"God
get
damn,
it
this
twisted.
motherfucker
A
is
lot
smart,"
of these
you know what I'm
cats we're talking about aren't MCs, so
saying? No,
Yeah.
smart. But again,
I don't know. I'm putting Lil Yachty in the MC category.
and I would just say that kid, he's a little bit
Lil
smarter
being in
than.
the MC
He's a little bit
category.
smarter than some people give him credit for. Go check out his Simpsons rap as well. He rapped like 150 Simpsons characters and put it all into like some
Cool.
2-minute shit. Dude, it was actually really fucking dope. From, Again, from the
Played out
perspective.
concept.
Apologize for Burger.
How many people have done that shit? Like,
I don't know if I've ever heard of Simpsons rap before.
not Simpsons, but that same idea. Like, oh, I rap every DJ Premier song name in a verse, or I rap every Jay-Z
No, but
album
my point
title in
is
a
though,
verse.
my
or I
point
do,
is with
like,
some of these dudes, it's like
Simpsons.
it's like
Cool.
okay, they're coming out with their own
Rugrats.
style, but some of these guys can do the traditional stuff. They're just coming out with their own
Yeah,
style.
but it's not even good
so-
traditional stuff. Like, yo, Jay-Z does 22 twos. All right, cool, fire.
Yeah.
Cannabis does 33 threes. You gotta step it up. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just
I
be
don't
like,
think I ever
you
heard
can't
33
be.
threes. I gotta hear this shit.
Oh, dude, I'll play it after. This
So
shit's
it's like Maloney's
wild.
just hating.
Who said that?
No, one thing is, you know,
Iceberg
like
Society.
22 twos.
Told me, Iceberg.
Oh, Chezza?
Yeah.
22 twos make sense though because like he can say too many, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta hear this
Yeah,
33
no, 33
threes.
threes is crazy.
Okay, I got you.
Because, yeah, you're like, how do you use three in so many different
Yeah.
ways?
Does he
But
talk
does
about
it.
like 33-degree bullshit too?
He's like just
I'm
on some 33 shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was 3 feet away that the scope, the third bullet from the sniper rifle from the third story went. Like, it's just like, it's like,
he's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
get
just
his
some-
Yeah.
33-degree.
No, but it's not just like some like played out shit.
Yeah.
It's like a story.
Yeah, I want
And
to
like
check
you're
that
like,
out.
whoa, it's kind of nuts. But to me, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. Like, cool. Everybody can do simple shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Someone could
yeah.
redo Spellbound right now. And if
Yeah.
you can't do better, no disrespect, I love K Solo, but I mean, like, if you
K
can't
Solo.
do, you know what I mean? If you're coming at like a K Solo level of doing a Spellbound right now, I ain't impressed. Like, you got to beat DMX's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't
I
just
fucks
keep
with
beating
that.
the same.
Hold on,
audio.
hold on. Who
And-
did
and-
have a better version? DMX had a better version?
Yeah.
I gotta listen to it because I don't only know the
That's where the beef started
other
between
one.
them two,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
X's is just like a radio freestyle type shit. Like, it's not even like
Yeah.
a well-produced record.
But is it
Word.
better because it's better lyrically or is it better
Lyrically.
song?
Like, Spellbound would be a better song, like
Okay.
K Solo.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the concept once again, right? Because this is
Yeah.
what we're talking about, concepts here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Word,
And like,
word,
if you're gonna do a
word,
concept, you gotta do it. It's like Jay-Z's 22 Twos is a better song than Cannabis is.
Right.
Yeah.
But Cannabis is a blow your mind. Like, you're like, whoa.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll give it a
And
listen.
that's
man.
actually
I'll
why
check it
when
out.
I did over the 444 beat, I
Yeah.
did 44 fours. Because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's been up to 3. And Jay-Z did 444, so I'm like, it's only right to do 44
Right,
fours.
right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a double play. I thought that was kind of creative.
That's
So
what's
now
up.
someone's got to do 55 fives.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? But 4 is an easy one because you can say I do this 4, and you know,
Yeah.
like the way Jay did the 2s.
Yeah.
You could do the 4s.
And then someone's got to do 666 sixes.
Yo, 66 sixes.
I'll put a papoose or your drink or even
I gotta do
push
that.
on that.
I gotta do that. I gotta do that.
Throwing it out there.
Yo,
You better give me some of the
You could hit some
residuals.
sick shit with like 6. Like, yo,
Alright, man. So what else is popping? It's 2019,
crack the
man.
6-pack. Pull that. Yo.
Alright, hip hop aside, it's 2019. Myself and Mike were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a fucking crazy year because it's an election year here in Canada, so we're gonna be with the shits all the fucking way this year. You know, we're gonna have a lot of propaganda being thrown out.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna have
get
a lot
Faith
more.
Goldie on the show.
Yeah, we'll try to get fucking Faith Goldie's fucking
Will she come,
big
though?
ass on the show if you really
Will she
want.
come though?
I hope not.
That's
I
a
hope not.
double entendre.
I was-
You know what? Hey, man.
Let's end that
If Maloney
topic.
really wants to bring Faith Goldie on the show, then let's try to get Faith Goldie on the
Nah.
show. I don't know what type of.
I'm good.
You good? All right, me too. Because I don't want to bring her on the show at all. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this year's
I
gonna
really
be
wanna
a
get
real,
Wide
real
Neck on the
crazy
show,
year.
though.
Wide,
That'd be
word,
cool.
Wide Neck.
Maybe we can find a wide neck in Canada.
Yo.
It must be
Man.
the hunt for a wide neck.
My man Lee's saying we jinxed the shit because we said Canada always fucking won. Canada lost.
Oh,
Fuck.
wow.
Ooh.
Well, you know what, young man?
One enough, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys learn something in that loss and you carry it forward into your professional NHL
2019
careers
ain't
and you
gonna be
go
perfect.
hard with the feeling of what this loss felt like moving forward. You know
Can't
what I'm
always
saying?
win.
A loss ain't always a loss. A loss could be a fucking win if you learn how to learn from that loss. You get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to teach my nephew right now.
Or
'Cause
it
My
could just be a
nephew,
loss.
my nephew's at that age where he cries when he loses stuff, or he cries when he gets frustrated. And I want him to learn, like, yo, a loss isn't really a loss. A loss is a learning opportunity.
No, actually,
you
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Every
Like,
loss is a learning opportunity.
kind of,
It's
except for the
less-
losses that hit your fucking pocket. But yes, I know
Well,
what you mean.
no, it's less so
Those
like
are
in
learning
sports
opportunities too,
even.
not to participate in that
It
shit.
less so is in sports. Like, it is to a degree, but it less so is than in life. Like, in life, a loss is always a learning opportunity. Like, you break up with a girlfriend, or you get broke up with, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean, some shit like that, and you have that loss, you know what I mean? But you always learn something from that. Like, you know what I mean? You go into your next relationship or into life further
Yeah.
with a deeper understanding of yourself, what you want, things like that, you know what I mean?
Yep,
And
yep.
like, you know, even when you lose someone who's really close to you, another thing, like reflecting
Yeah,
back
yeah.
on, like, you know, life and, you know, how short it is and, you know,
Yeah.
values you may have picked up from that person.
No, like losing
Different
sucks in general, but
losing at anything, you know what I mean? You lose a job, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like losing is always a learning lesson.
No, I feel
always in life.
I learned the
That-
most
that's
when
an
I lost
important
my,
lesson.
I lost my lost DVDs, and I learned a lot from that shit. Nah, fuck that shit. But nah, man,
I
losing
lost
is
my
part of
wallet
life.
in El Segundo.
I lost my wallet. Nah, I left my wallet in El Segundo. But you lost yours in El Segundo?
Yeah, I lost it straight up.
Oh,
I think
shit,
he
homie.
just stole it and then left
Gotta
it there.
get it.
Took the money out and he's like, yo, I'm out.
I wonder what prompted him to
Open toe
write that
sandals.
shit though. Like that's a classic song, but like what the fuck? Did he just open up a map? He's like, El fucking Segundo. We're gonna write a song about El Segundo.
Yeah.
It's a classic
It's
track
weird.
though. That and Benita Applebum.
Make some noise for Benita Applebum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big body.
That was a big body. Benita Applebum. She had it going on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She had it fucking going on. No
Who had the
lie.
bigger butt, Judy or Benita?
I'm gonna say Benita, but you've been going on about Judy for a month now, so
Yo, well Nas,
He didn't make a whole song about it.
yeah,
So,
Nas got in his bag though.
yeah, but you know what
One
I'm
of the
saying?
best
Hey,
booty
you
songs.
Like
know
Nas
what?
was looking up that project window.
They might have
and
both
the
been-
first memory that popped back in his head will right in that verse. Like he put himself back there.
Check this
in
out,
the
though. Check
41st
this
side
out.
project.
I'm gonna go
the first
full
thing
on.
he saw.
There's a lot of
Judy's
crime
ass.
going on right now. Well, I feel bad for the Canadians, but I'm gonna go full on conspiracy theory right now. What if Judy and Benita are the same woman? I mean,
Yo,
Queens,
Tribe is from
right?
Queens.
Right. That's what I'm
the
saying. You
Queen.
got that Queens connection right there, right? You know what I'm saying? She might have just been running game.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? She might have been running game on these dudes.
Is
'Cause, yo,
Judy
'cause,
the
yo,
original superhead?
Because remember, Q-Tip and Nas know each other, but she gotta switch her name up if she's dating one and seeing the other one too. You know what I'm saying? She can't be Judy to both or Benita to both. So Benita Judy, we'll call her but Judy, Benita. How would you say Judy? Junita,
Judy Applebum.
Junita Applebum.
No,
Juanita
it was probably Appleton.
No, Juanita Appleton.
Like, that's a real last name,
So
or
Juanita
Applegate or
Appleton.
something.
So Juanita, so
Yeah,
Juanita,
like,
Juanita Appleton.
Applegate.
So Juanita Appleton, we'll call Juanita Appleton, is she's
And her
running
middle name was
game.
Judy.
She's running game on Q-Tip and Nas right now. And she got the fat, you know what I'm saying? And like she might even be running game on the Violator because remember LL put out, you know what I'm saying, Fatty Girl as well, right?
Yo.
So it might be about her
And
too.
Keith Murray was in there, so maybe
That's
she
what
was
I'm
fucking
saying.
with Def
So
Squad.
this is some hip hop conspiracy motherfucking bullshit that I just came up with in my head. That Benita Applebum
You know
and
what?
Judy
She
is
could
the
have made
same
her way
girl.
over
She-
to Brooklyn. And
Right,
she's fucking
Miss
with-
Fat Booty.
Yeah, man.
That's
Mos
what I'm
Def was
fucking
with-
saying.
Yo!
Listen, there's a
Hold on,
serial.
What do you think is the best booty song in hip hop?
Maybe Miss Fat Booty.
Booty's one of them.
Yeah.
Girl, you working with
No.
some ass then.
Oh.
Yeah,
Booty,
yeah.
booty,
Like
booty,
that ass up.
booty, booty
Yeah.
everywhere.
I'm gonna have
Booty,
to
booty,
do all
booty,
ass-
booty, booty everywhere.
Yeah.
Rocking everywhere.
I gotta
give
Rocking
it to
I
everywhere.
gotta give it to Back That Ass Up.
Back
And
That
you know
Ass
why?
Up?
Yeah.
Because not only
Bubble butt.
how big of a record it is,
Bubble butt.
Yeah, that's a big record.
but you gotta give it to debuting Lil Wayne
I
to the
like
world.
big butts and I cannot lie.
Lil Wayne became the
Yeah,
biggest
that's a big
rapper
record.
in
So
the
there's a
world.
few of them, man. There's
But
a
he
lot
wasn't
of
on
them.
that record.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
After you
Oh, yeah,
get
yeah,
up and
right.
stop. Now
Oh, yeah, I
what,
forgot.
What,
Yeah.
what,
Drop it like it's hot. Drop
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like it's hot.
But
Drop
in
it
general,
like
the
it's
video
hot.
version, you get the wobbly, wobbly.
But there's
wobbly,
a
wobbly.
time
Yeah.
period before Wayne got to where he got, where he was just dropping real whack shit.
Yes and no.
No, I fucked
Yes
with all
and
of
When
them.
he
no.
first came out, he wasn't really dope.
Yes and
No,
no.
I even fucked
Because
with,
he was doing
like,
Block is Hot and whatnot, but at the same time,
but
though.
it wasn't
No, wait, no.
crazy, it was good for what
Let me,
it was.
because this has been my episode.
I
This is my
fucked
thing to
with it
say.
hard.
Let me say this.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? This is my thing to say. Or whatever, like the whole episode, whatever. But Wayne, the thing that made who doesn't get credited for the rise of Wayne as much as he should? Nah, man, is fucking BG. Bling bling.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
BG was around the same age, and BG was like.
A heroin
BG was
addict.
dope.
No, he wasn't even Herrick.
Yeah,
The
he
streets,
was.
yes, he was. I'm not saying that though. What I'm saying is the streets embraced BG.
Yeah.
Like in a way where you know what I'm saying? Like
BG was
BG
dope.
and what's his name? The other dude.
Turk?
Nah, Slim. What's his name? The other dude who got killed too. He was on Cash Money and he was on fucking
Slim?
Soldier Slim.
Yeah.
'Cause they're cousins. But the streets embraced both those dudes in a way. But Wayne and BG were like brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were really tight. So Wayne was killing it on all the hooks of all these
Yeah.
fucking songs. Bling Bling, it might not have been big to us the way we thought it
No,
was.
that record
but
is
Bling
huge.
Bling was
No,
That's
that
one of the
record was
biggest
massive
records.
to me.
But what I'm saying is,
Even as a
bro.
kid,
but what
that
I'm
record
saying
was
though,
huge to
but
me.
what I'm saying is, as a not even a lyricist, even as a
Cash
solo
Money is
artist,
an army.
I was
but
just
yes,
gonna
they
say,
really-
Cash Money is an Army is
Yeah.
still one of the hardest records.
but
Niggas
Wayne
a
didn't really
kidnap
come
your
into his
mother,
own
kill
until
your
a certain
baby.
point in time.
That
No,
beat drops.
you're right.
Dum, dum,
Wayne
dum, dum.
didn't come into his own like that
Yeah.
because he was always
I
the
mean, he was
baby of
young.
the
He
shit.
was a kid.
When
I didn't
Wayne-
expect him to be out like that.
When Wayne
But I
really
still,
came into
like,
his
Block
own,
is Hot's a dope album.
Yeah.
and it
Lights
was.
Out's a dope album.
And you know, and,
500 Degrees is meh.
what
Yeah.
it was though, and I get it, he was just a rapper per se at the time. He wasn't a complete. He was killing some of the
He's a
shit, the kids or
lyricist,
whatever.
though. Like,
he was a lyricist, but
But he was honing his craft, and he wasn't
honing his
there
craft.
at that time.
And once Go DJ came out, and once Gilly really came around is when he did it. Once he got with Gilly the Kid, he, you know what I'm saying, he learned how to become more than just, okay, I'm a kid rapper or whatever. Once he kind of ditched the braids and started going with the precursor dreads and Gilly was around, yo, Wayne killed it. It was over.
And that's what I'm
It was
saying.
over.
Like,
The
there
moment
was
he
a time,
did-
it was a
with
big
my
period of
face
time.
The moment he
before got to
did
that.
Go DJ on the BET Awards, I don't remember what year it was, but it was the last performance him and Manny Fresh ever did, and he did it on the BET Awards. I remember me and my boy just sitting there smoking blunts on his couch, and we looked at each other, we're like, yo, Wayne is gonna fucking kill it. And Wayne had already been platinum, but he did that performance, and he performed it with so much fucking energy. It was like, it was refreshing to hip hop, because what he did is he brought a rock aesthetic very, very early in the 2000s to hip hop. That energy wasn't being brought there. You know what I mean?
Eminem brought a rock aesthetic.
Not like that. And
All
you
his
expect
music is like guitars and shit.
Yes, I'm talking about the performance
Ah.
aspect, though. You know what I mean? I'm talking about how he dressed. Wayne changed how people
Yeah, he
started
dressed like a rock
dressing.
star.
Even before he went with the tight jeans, he was going more with the ripped
But
jeans.
Dipset
low.
was kind of doing that first.
Exactly, Jim Jones. But remember, Wayne was in a him and Jewels were supposed to have a group. I can't feel my face.
Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of stuff he got from Jim Jones or from Jewels who was dressing like
Yeah.
that. But he's able to take
that's
that
what
down
I'm
south,
saying.
also apply the
Did
feel
Dipset
into
not
it.
steal the drip from Hove on a number of
Nah.
occasions?
No.
Because Hov was in his own lane and a
Hove
higher
never
level.
dressed rock. Hove never, you know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
what I mean. But that
no.
became the drip.
But
No,
Hov
but
never really went
people
that way.
were
different
dressing like
generation, though.
Hove after
No,
that.
but okay, Dipset was to the guys who were more my age, as the Hove was to the guys who were more, let's say, Mike's age. You know what I'm saying? Like Dipset were the younger dudes to Hove, who's like, yo, I'm making the mature club music or whatever. And at that point, it's like Hove's like a multi-millionaire to guys who just have 500,000 in the
Yeah,
bank.
and he's making
not
different
worrying about
music.
them. You know
Hove
what I'm
lost
saying?
the drip, bro.
He didn't lose a drip.
Hove
Yeah,
had
lose
the
the
drip.
drip.
Hove had like
upgraded.
he had the drip.
upgraded the
I mean,
drip.
Hove had like the 98 to like 2004.
Listen, my man
Yeah,
upgraded.
but how long did
My man
Dipset
upgraded
run?
to the
run was like
Maybach drip.
202
When
to
you got a
1.
fucking
No, but I'm
Maybach,
talking
you
about
don't
like
lose the
that-
drip,
'cause it-
bro.
No,
If you got a Rolls
you
Royce
got-
Phantom, you
No,
don't lose
you're
the
right
drip,
on
bro.
that. You're right on that. But Dipset run was from like
But
2002.
it wasn't even that
till-
run where they took the drip though. Like the
Shout out
Rockstar
Cam's
phase for
Lambo,
like
but he
Dipset.
had
They
no
didn't
Rolls
start the
Royce
Rockstar
Phantom.
shit though.
They did after.
They-
They kind of started
they
to
don't-
like rip jeans and
Yeah, but they
fucking
didn't start
tight
it,
leather
though.
pants and
They
kind of
didn't
shit.
start
Yes,
that. though.
yeah,
They
yeah,
did
did.
I
They
give him
did
that.
it, bro.
Wearing chains off your pants and shit.
man.
They
That's
kinda
not from
did.
the 80s, man. They just took that.
That's what I'm
they-
saying. But the rock drip
Yeah, but
was like the Dipset.
Jay didn't need that shit anyway.
Exactly. Jay would look funny in that shit.
But we're talking about trend setting here.
No,
But
I
that's
get it,
not
I
really
get
a
it, I
trend.
get it.
It's not really a trend,
It
man.
was a trend.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a trend. Everyone started to,
There's
I'm a
still
rock star, I'm
effects
a
from
rock
that
star, I'm a
trend.
rock
You
star, I'm a
gotta
rock star.
understand, two
And
at a
then-
time.
Especially in the South, they were doing
In
that.
Smaller
reggae.
chains, now they're wearing chokers.
Also-
and shit.
also-
Like, that was
also-
a start to a new drip that we
Yes
got
and
now.
no, but there's also another
Not in a drip.
aspect.
Wearing a choker is not a drip.
There's also another aspect.
Sorry, bro. That's what women.
Let me
man.
Yo,
interject
tell
really
Tory Lanez
quick.
that.
Let me interject
Tell
really
every
quick.
all them dudes. Y'all wearing chokers and shit. Might as well dog.
Let me
DMX
interject real
wore the
quick.
first choker.
Oh, you all of them go fuck themselves.
No, he didn't, man. Probably
Homeboy
like
did it from
Houdini or
fucking.
something, man.
Yeah, from
But-
those days. Fuck
Yeah.
them.
You rocking chokers?
Scorpio, no, fucking Melly Mel's rocking
Yeah,
all
all
back
those
in Furious
dudes.
Fashion shit, man. But
Was
let
that
me
a choker?
let me interject real quick. There's one spot that is very
suits for everybody.
influential on black style, and specifically because they have a very strong influence on Brooklyn, New York, that we are forgetting. And around the same time, they started changing the way they dressed as well, which is the Jamaicans. I remember Bunna square pants and Bunna tight pants and the square front shoes,
Yeah.
right? So that's coming out around 2004-ish, 2005-ish, let's
Yeah.
say, right? Because the style even in somewhere like Jamaica, where again, you could kind of look at that as a precursor of what's going to happen in somewhere like a New York or somewhere like a London or somewhere like a Toronto in another year. They started wearing tight pants around, maybe similar time. They started changing the way they started dressing. Now that goes up to Brooklyn, New York. That has an influence in that borough, and because that borough is so influential on hip hop, it started spreading outwards as well. But more so onto the younger kids. We've never talked about really the influence Jamaica has on. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop and black culture.
All hip hop is influenced from Jamaica.
It is, and we have yet to even really talk
even
about
ever
that.
Setting up is straight.
But
from
around the same
classes.
time, like where dance hall music is changing, fashion was changing in Jamaica as it started changing in America and whatnot. So yes,
It's
Jay-Z
a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, and Jay-Z didn't lose his drip or whatnot. It's just a generational thing. These younger kids, they start dressing a different way.
He's already suits and shit.
But again, that's expected because
he's
every
getting older.
generation they want to do different than what the previous generation did. You know what I mean? Like, you can't ride on the coattails of your older brother forever. He didn't, though.
You just don't want to say it. You just don't want to say it, but you're saying it.
How do you, what is it, what drip did he lose?
Well, because the drip
He went from wearing baggy
is the
pants to fucking
style.
wearing suits.
The drip is the style.
So we're not wearing a suit as a style? For older people? Remember, he's like 37, he's the new 20.
Yeah.
Suit.
Someone who's 20 can't even relate to what he was talking about.
Well,
he just upgraded, switched it up.
The thing is, it all
saying?
roots back to the conversation is saying that Jay-Z's always had the pulse of the trend of like style people.
But remember,
wanna
he's
rock.
working towards.
But nah,
his
he
when-
had
okay,
it for a
age group.
period.
So you don't
But
want
he
to
ain't had it
dress
for a
like
minute.
Jay-Z.
He
You
ain't had it for a
want to
minute.
And the thing with Jay, a lot of shit he was wearing between those periods you're talking about, he didn't bring that to the forefront. Wearing Timbs and hats, all that shit. It was already he was just doing what was already being done.
And it might not have been that you wanted to dress like Jay at that time, because you might not have been able to afford to dress like Jay. But now you want to drive the car. Maybe you can't afford it, but you can get the Ace of Spades alcohol. You can get whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he started showing other aspects. He has more influence. He has
Talking
even
about the drip.
No.
But he never really had the drip.
There was a period where
He
people
never
were
had the
dressing
drip.
like Hove.
But they were all dressing like other people.
When he
in
put the
Brooklyn.
white tee away and put out the button up, that was the thing.
Yeah, when he was buying the Mitchell and Ness shit, even Fab was
That
trying to
was
buy
the
the
thing,
jerseys.
you know what I mean?
It's not really a big deal. He's following
says,
fashion trends.
When he says like,
it's not like he was like, "Yo, I'm the one who started this." No,
but it
he's
was
following a fashion trend that he already
popularized
sees.
by
I get what Mike's saying though. I get what Mike's saying.
Right?
Jay
He's
is,
just copying something that he sees.
but the thing, exactly. No, Jay has just dressed like what's kind of the
time.
moment, but he's never been like, okay, I'm wearing the tight jeans type thing. He's just
Or
kind
I'm
of
gonna wear pink. Or,
He's just, I'm gonna
he
dress.
could have worn a pink, but
never
he
wore
was
flamboyant.
Right.
He could have
Exactly.
done
He's
that.
never flamboyant. Prodigy's a more stylish than dude than Jay. Cameron absolutely is
Prodigy.
a more. Hell yeah. Yo, you never actually looked at the stuff that Prodigy is Prodigy's dope when it comes to his fashion sense.
From
bro.
like 95 to 97.
Yo, to the day he died, Prodigy was dope with his fashion
I seen
sense.
Prodigy
bro.
high on crack, sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and I seen Prodigy rocking
I feel
some
like Prodigy,
dope
like
shit.
Joe Budden, have similar fashion tastes.
Nah, Prodigy is
yo.
Prodigy, dude. Right up until he passed, he was rocking some polos where you're like, "Fuck, homie, where'd you get that?" Thurston Howell, the third.
I was just gonna say Thurston Howell,
Yo,
the
oh
third
God.
has the most polo.
And he does, but I see Prodigy rocking some shit where it's like,
Like,
yo,
and I don't
what the
even want him to
fuck?
smoke, but like I feel like sometimes like the shit Thurston be rocking, I'm like that don't even look dope. You're just
don't
rocking
even
it because
matter.
it's like some rare
Yeah,
polo.
because he
You're like
took that
nobody
shit.
got that shit.
Right, he took
because
that
no
off
one
a
bought
rap
it when
20
it came
years
out.
ago.
And now it's 20 years old and
Yeah.
you got it.
Nobody
You
owns
rocking
that
it.
shit. Shout out to Thurston Howell,
He's got like the
third and the
rarest
Lowlifes,
polo you've
man.
ever seen.
That's one of the craziest stories I ever
He's
heard, man.
been
When I
bad
heard about the
boys,
low
too.
lifes, I was
Yeah,
like, fuck, these
Thurston's
guys are
dope.
crazy, man.
Thurston's dope.
Yeah, shout out Thurston Howell the third, man.
Wasn't Sean P a low life? Yeah.
He was, yeah, I think he was a low life and a Decepticon or
Decepticon,
something.
yeah.
But yeah, New York got gangs like that. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I don't know if Toronto does have gangs, but not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Dustin wants gang smoke, so right here, I'm
No.
gonna end the topic real quick. Toronto got gangs like that.
Bang.
Bang.
We got gangs, just not, with the rich history that New York had in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking
Big
about
eye history.
Listen.
Well, we had remnants of other things like
We
Shower
do.
Posse and
Oh,
a
and
whole
we
bunch
do,
of other shit.
and we got the biker gangs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the fact that a movie like Warriors even exists, and you watching like this is far fucking fetched, and then you watch some early hip hop documentaries, you're like, nah, that shit wasn't far fetched at
I know.
all.
Yeah.
And you start hearing about especially the Bronx
The
gangs
Bronx
in the
gangs?
70s,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're like, this is some fucking fantasy shit,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
it was
it's crazy.
fucking
Environment,
real.
man.
The
So-
fucking
thing,
like
man.
nomads and the fucking spades and like the
Yeah.
fucking like
Your
Yeah, they
environment
all
creates
had their
those
patches.
situations.
every like building in the neighborhood had like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
There was
yeah.
white gangs, black gangs, Puerto
Spanish
Rican
gangs,
gangs,
native gangs,
gangs that were
man.
everything. And then
It was
Zulu
fucked
Nation.
up.
Zulu Nation kind of was like the peak. Like the peace treaty,
Bombada.
yeah, but the peace treaty
Yeah,
and Warriors.
Bombada,
If you read up on New
that's such a
York,
weird
if
topic.
you read New York gang history,
Yeah.
Zulu Nation is kind of the peace treaty.
They
Yeah.
kind
Like
of were.
when they shot Silas.
Right.
You know what I mean? That'd be like
yeah.
Bambaataa getting shot.
Yeah.
Like that was literally like
Well,
That's what I'm
Bambaataa might
saying.
need
It's
to
like
get it.
it's some straight out of
Sorry,
a fucking
man.
movie shit. You know, when
but
you,
it's
when
like
you really
so
think about
literary
that.
when you really look at New York gang history.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, shout out them regardless because I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Bronx or Brooklyn. I think it was Bronx, but apparently they had the least amount of murders that they've had over the Christmas holidays in a long fucking time this year.
make some noise for the
You know,
Bronx.
and I think like that's been a
Yeah.
trend this year in New York where like their murder
Yeah.
count's gone down. They had a week where they had no
yeah,
murders
but
in the
they've been
entire fucking
gentrifying the
city.
shit out of that.
Which we were talking about earlier. We
Yeah.
had not got to. But yeah, they are gentrifying the shit out of it. They're gentrifying the shit out of our fucking city right now. We're turning into we'll call it like Baycago. That's what Toronto's turning into. Baycago. It's a fucking mix between the Bay and Chicago.
We're
You
just
understand?
turning into a massive
rent's going
Starbucks.
through the roof and gunshots are popping off. This fucking city's now Baycago.
Starbucks.
There you go. I need a fucking hot chocolate. We should talk about that next week. We should do a fucking gentrification. Do we have anyone coming in next week?
We could.
We could. But do we want to do like maybe like a gentrification, Toronto gangs, like where
I
our
feel like we
city's
should talk
going
about
next
some
week?
stuff.
We should.
I
you
feel
know
like
what
I
I'm
need
saying?
to like actually do some good research and like
Okay.
fact diving. You know what I mean? Like
I feel you,
I feel
I
like
feel
I know
you.
more about New York history
Well,
than
what
I
I
do
would say is
Toronto.
study Chicago early 2000s. Study
Yeah.
the when they tore down the projects and the rise of Chicago violence, and study the trend in Toronto since the gentrification
You
and
want to
tear
blame
down
it on
Regent Park.
carding? But
No.
we've been having
Yeah, carding
gentrification here for a
shit.
good 10 years now. And
You know?
there's been a rise in everything before carding ended.
Also, we can't say that it's just American guns coming in, because I think over a
no.
couple weeks ago they said like, yo, they busted a fucking a gun manufacturing ring here in the GTA where dudes are making their own, they're making their own pistols, man. So
Word.
we're making our own shit here, whatnot. But we should do that next week, man. We should wrap this up in next week. We should do like a Toronto gangs, violence, gentrification style episode.
Yeah.
Get back to talking about Toronto,
A little bit.
as a whole, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fucking send us in some of that shit, man.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna end this
Yeah.
shit. So for the next 6 days, be careful. Do not step in any dog shit.
Please do not. And clean it up. If your dog drops shit, clean it up.
And if you're gonna do any bench pressing, then please take notes from our homie Dustin here. And
Yeah.
make sure you listen to Fifi.
yeah, fuck yeah, man. He's got some good songs on that
Yeah,
fucking
album's
album.
alright, though.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that shit. When I go to the gym, I listen to fucking straight up rock music. I ain't even gonna fucking lie. If it's
Listen
hip hop,
to
it's gotta be like
Deftones.
Redman, like fucking Time for Some Action. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be like that type of, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be like fucking Busta Rhymes, like fucking y'all people want the wild shit, give me some, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be like that fucking like energy stuff. Or I just like listen to that like guitar and the fucking hard drums because it just gets my heart rate pumping at a higher rate.
I'll be
you know?
listening to Frank Sinatra in the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some classic shit,
Nah, I
man.
don't go to the gym.
Word. No, you should come to the gym with me, bro. Start the year off proper, man.
Help me trim
Yo.
a few of these pounds.
Absolutely, man. Happy 2019. 2018 is the fuck out of here. Let's start this shit
Hey.
new.
Yeah,
If you have any regrets, leave them in last year. Start the year fucking fresh. Let's get that
Word.
fucking money. Toronto Talks, baby.
Yep.
Shout out Maximum FM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Did you fart?
Smells like garlic.
Oh my god.
That's just funny. I still gotta post that.
Oh shit. Shout out our boy, man. Hey, you fucking knew what was popping, man.
We
outta here,
Onyx
gentlemen.
shit.
Oh. Shout out Onyx.
And this shit before I start talking, I do that a lot.
Yeah, start talking shit about Onyx.
Get my
Yeah,
grabber right
I'm
now.
not turn that off.
Where's my grabber? Let me see if I can get